so you don't have to do it every time.
Yes, correct. All right, add new source, browser source, add source, use new source, add source,
Yep.
shrink that down. Should I have done this before stream? Yes. I don't care. All right. Let's get Matt. Paste that in. Done. We've got a picture of Matt. Matt, did you...
Bing, bang, boom.
If you go to... I'll send you a link into the Tuesday group chat.
Okay.
If you click on that, you can upload your token on there, and then on stream it'll show your little guy, and whenever you talk, it'll blink open like your character is saying something. Yeah. Browser source, add source. Ba-ba-ba-bum-ba. How's everybody's week?
Fairly good.
Okay, that's good.
Pretty good. Busy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay, how do I...
Though I do like looking at Aku all the time.
I know.
Trying to figure out set speaking image. Is that what we're talking about, or both of them? Or
both of them.
how does
Yeah.
this...
Yeah. If you had a character, like if you had something done where like you had two pictures of your character where one of them had their mouth closed and one of them had, their mouth open, then it could really look like they were talking, but I don't think any of us have that, so. That's not a big deal, just so we have some art going,
Save. Okay. Is that working?
We'll find out. Give me just one moment. Yeah, that's working great. Good stuff.
Yay.
And also VioVid if you want to do that too.
Hold on. I need to find a picture.
Yeah, we like to use our tokens for it so that everybody's like round and uniform and beautiful. All right. But that's looking good. Let me get some music on. We got Fredboat working. We can hide Fredboat now so everybody can hear the music.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you streaming? Oh, you are streaming right now, right?
Yep.
It doesn't say on your Discord, so let me find you on Twitch.
Looks like people were listening to music the other day. Ba-dum.
Oh, my picture is so big.
I'll fix it in post because I can shrink and increase the size of it. Ooh, that's loud. Okay, close that out. And then we say, hey Fredboat, play this. Hey. All right. Does anybody want to give a rundown of what happened last time we played? Matt, I know you weren't there, but
I was about to say I get to call out on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been
like,
a while.
Let me adjust the
It's
volume.
been like 3 weeks.
Oh, wait,
huh?
that's Fredboat volume. Hold on.
Yeah. What did happen? So we woke up from our dreams, everyone having their own little interactions. We came across the what was his name? we came across the Doom Lord. And what else? Someone take it from here. It's been a while.
Been a while.
So we awoke in our respective home region at our
Mhm.
respective time zone of our home region, and then we proceeded to do what we did that day after having that dream of, seeing each other and learning of the world and everything we learned in that session that we were all on together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, besides Empo. And then so I can talk about what my character did and what Empo's character did.
Yeah.
So let's go with Empo's character. So Empo's character, oh wait, no, she also did the landing. So she was in the landing room. She chose a boon, kind of randomly, kind of just bumped into one and accepted it. And she woke up. She was on her home island. I think it's an island where there's a volcano. There was like a festival going on. I forgot what the event was specifically.
It was the start of the new year. It's the 20th year of the second era. The year just ticked over to that 20th anniversary of the start of a new era. 20 years since the last placement, where a bunch of races and new species of creature were randomly dotted all over the world in different locations, and the already pre-existing cities just had a huge influx of new souls that were just put onto the world, and in sort of a celebration of, phew, we got through that logistical nightmare, and we're also happy to be alive. Usually different regions hold different types of celebrations of varying importance to their cultures, and different ways of celebration. So that's what was going on there.
Yeah, and so people were celebrating in the streets. There was like events and activities and food. She walked by a couple having like a friendly brawl, I think, like a duel. I don't remember exactly the context, but they were fighting. And then she gave advice to one of them on how to, I guess, fight better, like mid-fight. And that person ended up winning. And then they talked and was like, hey, yeah, you kind of owe me now because I helped you out with, telling you what to do in your fight or something like that. And then that person turns out to be a descendant or someone that's, because their culture, I forgot how it works exactly, but there's like a chosen to be the next leader kind of thing through some kind of ritual.
They have like a colored feather, right?
Yeah, majestic showing or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so he kind of showed that property. I don't know if she saw that, but it was revealed to us in the story.
Mm-hmm.
And so she made friends with that guy. That guy might be someone important in the future. And then she met her father. And they said that it was time for her. No, she was getting ready to adventure. What did her father say?
Based on the dream that she had, he said it was an omen, that she should go soon.
Right. And then she said that she's never left that island or something, but she was ready to start an adventure or something.
Mm-hmm.
She got some item. It was significant. What was the item she got?
I'm happy you asked that, because I actually don't remember myself. I'll have to watch back and remember what that was.
Her father gave her an item.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it was, I can't remember. And then, so that was her part. We'll cut to, God, names. Hold on. Oh shoot, no, I clicked out. Hold on. Jimmy?
Jimmy, Jimbo.
Yeah, so you want to tell your part, if you remember? Because I can tell it too.
Yeah, I remember I woke up, I went around looking for some goods in the forest, kind of shaken about what happened or my dream. Turns out it was true. I didn't end up finding anything good out while I was looking, and on my way back, my dad stopped me and showed me some suspicious characters. And then that's when I can't remember her name. It was the I have it written down somewhere.
Warden Soul.
Oh, the Warden
The
Soul.
Warden Soul. That's when the Warden Soul like showed up and started, summoning all of the friends to come help. And then we had our bout with the what's the name of the organization again?
The Umbral Call.
Umbral. Oh.
And only you and the Warden currently know that in lore.
Okay. And
Wait, Jimmy and him specifically?
Jimbo, Deus, and Miracle, and the Warden Soul are the only 4 who currently know that. That was recent information.
Okay, hold on. I need to write this down.
You guys are in the middle of the shit right now. That is something that the Warden Soul just learned minutes before she met you guys.
Oh. Sorry, what's it called? Umbral what?
The Umbral Call.
Okay.
And after we managed to fend them off, we had the exploding. I guess it was that beast. It was like from the dark. I don't know. It just exploded into this weird black goo stuff.
Wait.
That was.
You cut
like. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I mean, like, I love the story.
Yeah, no, we fended off.
Yeah, but
after we summoned you guys.
Okay. So let me fill up some more stuff.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
the Warden's Soul is the human version of Mr. Soul, who was the skeleton in the landing, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was actually a female, and she was very powerful. Actually, I'm jumping ahead again. All right, so she talked to Jimbo, said that there are people coming. No, that was actually something before that. He found out before that. Okay, so Jimbo was doing his thing, and then he saw people in a distance, like 5 figures in a distance, approaching. And then
that's when she showed up.
They didn't seem friendly, yeah. And then she showed up, and then she warned him that they were essentially bad guys, and that we need to gather us, as in the what's our group, the Fate Given,
yeah,
to fend them off. Also, that we are in trouble as well as our families. And then she makes a portal, or like a wormhole kind of thing, that had that. So there was a wormhole from Jimbo's house, because this is where it was, to both Miracle in her volcano village, as well as my university study, which is in the what's the name of this place again? The Teeth, which is a gnomish country. All right, well, cut to me. So what was I doing? So I woke up pretty late in my time. So I woke up at like 10 p.m. And then after the dream of us in the landing, and I was like, oh, wasn't sure what to think of it. It was kind of a crazy dream. I guess I decided to work some more, and I like to tinker and create and innovate and work on projects of constructs and technology and stuff. So first thing I did was I went to a shrine or temple of Primera, I think, yes.
Primina.
Which is Primina, which is a god of law and let me go to pin messages.
Law, order, technology, innovation, invention.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So that's the god I worship. I pray to her for is my working ritual. So basically, before I start my day of work, I would always pray. Then I would do my work. So after that, I'd return to my study. Worked a bit on my project. At which point, the portal appeared next to me, and Jimbo was like, "Hey, me and my family are in trouble. I need your help." I'm like, "Oh shit, the dream was real. You're actually real." I'm meeting you in my dream, not meeting you in real life through the portal. And I was like, hey, let me go warn my family to tell them they're in trouble. And so I ran off to my father. He said, like, it was kind of unexpected. You know, he got the warning. Is okay. I'll set up my securities and defenses. Let me impart with you also a gift, and he gave me like an eye, a mysterious mechanical eye. I think magical eye. Both. I'm not sure. It's a work in progress, I think. And then it was like, don't worry about us. Seems like you have some greater purpose, so go ahead. And then, you know, I parted with him, jumped through the portal, at which point I also met Miracle, who jumped through her portal. So the three of us were united at Jumbo's, or in front of Jumbo's house, or inside, I can't remember. Anyway, we went outside.
Yeah.
And then we approached the 5 figures, and that's when the fight started. There was one of the 5 people was in a really powerful enemy. He had like crazy ass powers, but also the Warden Soul also had crazy ass powers. And so we were kind of like basically ignoring those 2 who were like dueling it out in some really intense Super Saiyan fight, and we were fighting the 4 other minions, which we eventually defeated. The last one before he was defeated, he took, I forgot how he transformed. I don't think he stuck a needle in his neck or anything, but like
He took out a small blade which destroyed itself upon use, and he turned into a creature. If you want to describe that, if you remember, go ahead.
Yeah. So his blade had engraving, I think, of a 6-eyed creature, which we have seen in the landing, which is the big void bad god that opposes what's the Grand Dragon's name again? Asgarath directly. So she's the big bad. Anyway, the 6 eyes is a symbol of her, and that was on the sword. He struck himself with that, started transforming into a similar being. He distorted to a more monstrous form, also developing 6 eyes. He got some new, interesting, scary powers. We managed to kill him, but when he died, he exploded, and then he leaked a virus? Not a virus, a corrosion, or what's it called? What's the word?
You could honestly use any of those words for what that influence is. Virus is not technically wrong, you know.
It was a distortion in space. No, it was, what's the fucking word?
Well, it also caused that, is the thing. You know, it caused all of these things.
Yeah, it was just black goo. It was not good.
Yes, there's also physical pollution, but like there's something wrong in a physical and spiritual and religious and other magical way. It was just like a fucked up area, and then we try to detain it, like by, because okay, so when he exploded, he left like an orb, and that orb was like the key to this taint. And so we tried smashing it, and it was working. And I almost tried touching it, but then like I knew it was gonna hurt me if I tried touching it, so I was like, hey, I backed off. But then the taint started getting into like the water, and then it started to like flow. At which point I was like, okay, this is getting out of hand, and I used my what's the ability called? It's called a fate-given ability, I suppose it's called.
Domain is the name of your boon specifically.
Right, yeah. But like, anyway, the boon I got from the landing, I activated that, which is like an AoE effect, which destroyed both the orb and all the taint. I guess it directly counters this.
I thought I blasted it with my shotgun.
You did blast it with your shotgun first.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, we're blasting and smashing it, and then I also just destroyed the whole area, kind of the taint, not the actual area. Hopefully not, I don't know. Anyway.
No, the area's fine.
Okay.
If not a little chilly, but...
Right, yeah. And so the taint didn't get into the Jimbo's village and the water and shit, and I think that was it. No. Oh, sorry, there's more. Okay, after that, we regrouped in Jimbo's house. We talked about. I looted the guys. Got some gold. Got a magical piece of armor, which was leather and some kind of living leather, as well as there are 2 swords, which are mundane besides the 6-eyed being engravings. What else did I get? I got some shit.
Well,
Let's see here.
shit aside, you
I got a
guys
gem and thieves tools. All right, cool.
convened and ate at Jimbo's house, and met back up with the Warden's soul, to kind of discuss what would happen from there. We're gonna cut away from that storyline and actually cut to someone who we haven't gotten to see in action just quite yet. And that would be Mr. Bran. We will reconvene with our other characters in time.
Ooh.
Alright. Bran, can you see yourself on the board?
I'm gonna have to zoom out. Oh, I was crazy zoomed in.
Oh, wow.
I'm having a hard time seeing myself.
It's all good. You're in the bottom, center.
Yeah.
You're in one of the smaller rooms.
Close
Yes,
to the
I can see
chicken.
myself now.
He does look like a
Yes.
chicken, doesn't he? Alright. Bran, you were minding your own business the other day. You made it to specifically the Brujan district for some work that you were undergoing. You were in the middle of. A part of town that you know that you should probably stay out of after making some tricky deals and kind of getting one over on the local councilor of that district within Halhazar, the capital city of both Aelinor and the Ved Coast. You awaken now within a cell. You don't remember how you got here necessarily. You can just kind of smell that familiar ocean breeze that blows through every building on the city. And you can kind of smell the area around you. Very musty, kind of low-end region of whatever block you're currently in. You just know where you are, roughly, based on just smell alone. You're by the seaside, Halhazar, in the Brujan prison. Not necessarily sure why, not necessarily sure how you got here, or when you got conked out, but you've got a swelling headache, and there is a person sitting on their bed looking at you, intense golden eyes kind of glowing in the darkness, just silent. What do you do?
First, I sit up, rub my head, trying to figure out when exactly I got run over by that elephant, and shake my head, realize that not only am I not alone, but feels a bit like prey. When you have golden eyes staring at you out of nowhere, and just fucking hell. What's you? Who are you? What's going on here? Where?
He kind of looks up at you. His arms are kind of crossed in front of him. Good morning. You were out for quite some time. It's around noon, I suppose.
Around noon? I guess I'm able to be an early riser on occasion, then. Alright. What? I mean, you've just been sitting here staring at me.
Not much to look at, I'm afraid. They closed
Speak
up...
for yourself, I'm a gorgeous person.
He kind of gestures to the window, and it has been boarded shut. Now, I've been in only a few prisons in my days, but normally they don't go that far. You must have done something very, very, rude to the wrong person to end up in this position.
Well, no, I find myself perfectly charming, if you ask me. but I'll be quite honest when I say I don't remember what I did to get in here. As far as I'm concerned, I'm innocent. Of course, I'm always innocent. Unless you count being, devilishly handsome and charming, a crime.
I see. Well, I don't know what's in store for you, but personally, I've got better places to be than here.
You and me both.
Somebody's been calling for you, from beyond the door. I don't know if you're, got any friends that might be in here, or what that's all about.
And thinks for a moment and kind of gets up and heads over to the door and starts hollering out, Reese, did you get your feathered ass thrown in here as well?
They hit me on the head! It really hurt!
Well, I mean, that tends to be what happened. Was I with you when this happened? I don't remember. Did we go out for a bender?
Well, I was drinking. You were fine. Two guys came out with sticks and they beat me the shit out of me and they hit you in the head first. It hurt.
Damn, I shouldn't have had to have gone into... I should have known better than to take the job in the district. Did they look like the goons from the counselor?
No. They'd just send guards if they wanted to do that. It seemed like somebody else.
The hell? What did they look like? What happened? They just came out of nowhere and just beamed us both.
Yeah, I couldn't get a good look at them. They were hitting me with sticks.
All right. Was this last night?
Yeah.
At least it's not been too long then. Gosh.
Do you,
And starts looking around. Go ahead.
I was hoping you had any idea what this was about, but I guess not. I'm getting scared, man. They haven't fed us.
Well, let's be honest, you could stand to lose a couple of pounds. No, if it's not the counselors, I don't know what it is. He starts patting himself down to see how well they've actually gone over things. He figures that there's probably too much to hope for, that his hidden pack of thieves' tools is still on him, but it's worth a look.
You see that you've been pretty much stripped of most of your things. Go ahead and, make an investigation check to see what all you still have on you.
Let's see.
Ooh, first roll of the night.
Investigation.
Nice. Wait, was that the...
Right.
I think the 20 was the first roll, right? Was that...
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a tick and double-clicked.
Sure. So, with a nat 20 investigation, I'll give you some help. You notice that just about everything has been taken from you, with the exception of your prayer book and your holy symbol of a raven. Everything else has been stripped from you. You're not even wearing the same clothes that you once were. But it looks like it's that and a small candle has been left with you. After checking that, you're going to see, you're going to hear a set of footsteps approach the door. And you kind of hear a banging on this stone door. Is everyone in there? Nice. Right, listen. I need everybody in there to open up, alright? Hands to yourselves. Behave. I'm coming in.
asking me to open up and keep my hands to myself. Sounds like it might be a good time coming. And Bran situates himself on the bunk and pulls out the prayer book. Keeps his hand on the holy symbol.
Seeing that you're taking a passive stance, the other individual in the cell with you does the same and kind of leans back a bit. The Capitol Guardsman enters the room. Alright, so keep your voices hushed, boys. Bran, I've been told to tell you, not to tell you rather, that you're marked for execution this evening. Not legal execution though. One of the other boys is going to do it. I caught wind of it. I recommend you leave. I'm not going to have any part of it, but get out of here if you can. This is your only warning. I am not going to help you. I'm just here to let you know that that is what's coming your way. They didn't give a reason.
What do I owe this kindness?
There's something wrong with this situation. This ain't right.
You're right, it'd be a shame to deprive the world of my fine ass.
Well, it'd be a shame to not uphold the law correctly. And he will close the door on you and walk away. And then you hear him walk to the far corner of the thing, where as he approaches you hear what sounds like an animal howling. And he kicks the door and tells the person to shut up. And then returns back to whatever they were doing. You hear them walk away from the outside of the door.
Bran looks at his cellmate. Well, obviously you know my name's Bran now. Not sure about yours, but it looks like if I'm going to be getting myself out of here and trying to keep a hold of my own hide, looks like maybe it's a train for 2 or 3. What's your name? What's your story? And want to get the hell out?
Make a persuasion check. Ooh. You can call me Osmond Kroll. I'm a part of the local familia. I was captured on my way out of town. I'm looking to get out of here too. I don't know how long they are thinking of keeping me locked up here. The Ved don't tend to take too kindly to my organization. I have a few means of arcane talent at my disposal, but I'm limited in this space. And he kind of lifts up a set of like manacles that seem to have like some sort of like arcane glimmer to them.
Oh my, that's a pity. But sure. Let's see if we can get out. You know, I stand to have the familia think kindly of me helping someone of theirs out. He kind of goes into a stage whisper. Hey, Reese.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did you just get a bit of a call too from the guard?
No. I think they only want to get you. I heard them.
Shit. He didn't happen to leave your door unlocked, did he?
No. But wait, hold on. Ow! You're gonna hear him like yell out in pain. He's gonna go ahead and make a check with disadvantage. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Alright. Hold on. I think I got something. And then you hear you just hear like the slightest clink as he opens the door and walks over to you, and he's gonna sit there at the other side and gonna try to do exactly what he just did again and fail. Yeah, I got out, but I can't get you out just yet.
Hi. Oh, what did you give a shot to, Birdie boy?
I pulled a feather out. Don't talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, no worries there. Did he even bother to lock the door back, or did he just close it?
No, he locked it again.
Oh shit. Wanted to help. Um. Let's see. Yeah. So Osmond, I know you said you're limited in what you can do, but got anything that might help with the door?
You think you can get these off? I'm not particularly strong by any means, but maybe together we can get my hands free or something.
Always willing to help. Yeah, strength isn't my thing. Good looks and being some limbers, never gotten some complaints though. Yeah, willing to give you a hand here. Let's see what we can do.
Why don't you make a strength check with advantage to try to get these off him?
All right, with advantage. Check.
Oh, try as you might, not quite.
Like I said, I'm a pretty face.
It looks like there's a little bit of a struggle. We've got somebody who just joined. How's it going?
Hey.
Buddy.
We're in the wrong voice group.
No, he's not. This is our guest for tonight.
Oh, I see.
Yes. You got Lorenzo up and going?
I mean, I can.
Okay. Are you on the road right now? Where are you?
I am sick,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
so I was in bed, but I will turn on my computer quick and get that all.
Gotcha.
I forgot what time it was.
All's well. You
I
might have come in at the
forgot. I mean,
perfect
I was.
time.
Okay.
All right. So that didn't work.
I need Lorenzo or I need Marin?
Let's do Lorenzo actually to start out.
Oh, okay, neat.
All right. So that didn't work. Bran, what's your next? What's next on your docket of things to try?
Let's see. Look at the old bag of tricks. I need something for that.
Is there anything in your book?
I mean, we can say a couple of prayers to the Raven Maven, but something like this. Although, Bran gets a thought. Kind of flips through pages in the prayer book, and kind of gets to a point where nothing seems to be quite right. And he ends up closing it, opens it up, finds something that might kind of work, and in a twisted version, we'll say he just kind of goes off book a bit, of a prayer to the Raven Queen, to asking for her help and guidance in a time when preservation in a time when it's not quite someone's time to go. He starts mumbling under his breath a bit of a prayer that is a little grandiose on his part about his wondrousness, and the worth that he knows that he has to the world, even though he's not the best behaved boy, but that it's not quite his time to go tonight. And so if there was possibly some divine intervention, if nothing else for his Nan's sake, then perhaps she'd be the second bird that'd be willing to help him out tonight.
Go ahead and make a religion check. Ooh, that's a real good religion check. That's really
I know.
Yeah, double 21s. All right. Because I want to emphasize how influential divine beings are in this world, you hear a tap at the wood outside your window.
Bran kind of listens to a tap of the wood outside the window, looks heavenward, and kind of goes, "Is that you?" and heads over to the window to see if he can kind of elbow the boards back or out and that sort of thing.
Sure, and that was done very poorly. So go ahead. You try to ply off the wood. Are you trying to be quiet about it, or are you just going ahead and doing it?
Bran always tries to be a little quiet, a little sneaky if it is at all possible.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a stealth check then, as you do this. That's really good. That's pretty good, man. Alright. Quietly, you ply off 2 pieces of the wood, and you see a raven on the other side, kind of looking at you, like perched on the side of a piece of like metal that's just bending out of the wall. The original grate that would normally be the window that you could look out of here, or at least ventilate the room with. And it has something in its mouth.
And owls to it, with a lot of flourish, and noticing that there's something in its mouth, he holds his hand out and says, "If I may."
You watch as the raven coughs and chokes up a little pin down to the ground. It squawks, bangs its head against the wall, and then flies away.
Oh, do watch yourself, and do tell her thank you. And he bends down to pick up the pin from the ground, gives it a good look over. Just
It looks very curiously made. It does not look like a craftsman's pin. This looks like simply a piece of metal that has been twisted and pulled into a long line, almost like a stiletto. But you think you could either use it as thieves' tools, or it might have another purpose.
Well, when only tool you've got's a hammer, everything else looks like nails, so let's see if I can do something with this in the lock now. What do you say, Osmond?
Go ahead and try.
These tools check then.
Yeah, go ahead. With a 15, the door slowly begins to open, and you see a frantic Reese on the other side kind of step away.
Hey, Birdie boy, it's good to see you.
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you got out. Hey, how do we get out of here now? There's guards all over the front of this place.
Well, not exactly sure that I can pass myself off as a priest. My vestments aren't here. And to be honest, I can't remember the last time I was held here in this lovely accommodation on the courtesy of the counselors. Not quite sure the layout. Either of you boys.
Hold on. I'm trying to send a message quick. Begus,
Yeah, what's up?
can you get art for Lorenzo?
Art?
Yeah, like a character portrait.
Do you not have the
Did you send me one?
tokens from campaign 1?
Not for Lorenzo, my guy. I got the old tokens.
Yeah.
Lorenzo is not an old character.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I
Man,
have a
he is
thing.
sick, though.
Yeah, I might have COVID.
Oh,
Oh no.
Not great.
no. Alright.
No, I've
I
never
wasn't
been kept here before. I don't go to this part of the town too often.
And Osmic Kroll speaks up.
No, I haven't been to the city in quite some time.
Of course not. We're 3 good boys here. Bran probably would try to do a little stealth to do some reconnaissance up around the doorway here.
Sure.
See if he can kind of.
Yeah, go ahead and give me another stealth check. 14's pretty good. These guys are unaware currently, given your current position of where you are. So go ahead and move your character to wherever you would be. I'll roll for Reese. He's gonna flank you. He rolled really, really well, so. And Osmond is going to come over here. He's gonna walk back to the shadows a little bit more. Yeah, so given this, you see that there's a few guards milling about. They're heading for a meal.
Alright. As they kind of leave, Bran keeps taking a step here or there, looking for a nice shadow to stay in, trying to stay out of plain sight. Seems like Fortune may be continuing to smile. He gives his holy symbol a absent-minded rub of the thumb as he's thinking about that, and decides to kind of keep on skulking,
Okay.
waving the other two towards him, since things seem to be fairly clear at the moment.
Osmond will begin to approach. And he's going to step on a rat, and it's going to squeal. And this guard is going to hear something and just yell out, "Shut up!" And Reese is still doing fine, so he can follow you. You can move a little bit. Just know that this guy can currently see this clearly, so there's no sneaking past this position.
So he can see to the barrels. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he can look. He's currently looking in this field of view. Yeah.
All right. Stay close to target area.
Osmond. Oh, I just got wide there for a second.
Osmond got bloated.
Yeah, he did. He's going to sort of peer out. He's going to gesture towards you with the little spike that you have in your hand, and he's going to gesture towards the chains that he has in his hands.
Bran would do a lovely string of cursing at himself if he didn't suddenly remember exactly where he was, and goes to sneak back and see if he can't use the pin to serve as a lockpick for Osmond's manacles.
Go ahead and either make another thieves' tools check.
Jacob
Nice.
Griffin.
What's up?
How do I upload picture into Roll20? Forget.
So open up Lorenzo, and he's gonna be. Just go to your bio and info. I'm pretty sure, and you can under avatar click to upload.
I don't have. I will fuck with it.
Okay. Under bio and info, you should have access to it and all that.
Yeah, no, Oh, never mind. I found it.
Okay. And preferably make that a token
edit.
through token.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got it. I already did that.
Beautiful. All right. With that, the thieves' tools come off, and Osmond Kroll kind of like wrings his hands, and he's going to start conjuring like a little ball of darkness in his hand. And he's going to gesture to the door.
The front door.
Do you see another door?
Just making sure it wasn't the one we were talking about right here. Okay.
Oh, that's what you meant. I'm sorry. He wouldn't have said that then. He is going to kind of give you a hand signal. He's going to run out 30 feet, He's
Mhm.
going to cast darkness, filling up this entire area. I'll create the circle. So that area is now obscured with darkness, and you hear as that guard and the other ones like start shouting in fear, or like surprise. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Let's roll, baby.
Nice. Okay, so you'll go first. What are you doing on this turn?
I'm trying to think if Bran would be where I personally can't remember with the darkness. Does that mean that my dark vision doesn't work since it's magical darkness?
Yeah, yep, it's magical darkness, so you can't even see through it.
Bran's kind of going to take a, knowing the beautiful idiot that he is in my head, he's going to take a look at Reese, take a look at Osmond, and he's going to just start being all elbows and ass towards the door.
Okay, alright. So yeah, you've got your movement, you got your action, you can do whatever you want to. Treat it as like a combat run sequence.
Alright, so he's got a movement of 30. I can't even remember how this is not made for a touchpad. How do I check the 30? It's what, each square's a 5?
Yep. I'll say that you saw where the front door was, just barely. You can make it out on this turn if you want to.
He's going to double hustle. He's going to use his movement and his action to get himself straight outside that door.
Sure. So, from there, yeah, you'd be either one of those 4 spaces just outside those doors is where you could get to this turn.
And he's going to happily move himself right here.
So you get past, so far the guards only know about this black bubble, and this guard knows about Osmond Kroll, seeing him cast the spell. Up next is your avian friend, sorry, not avian friend, Aven friend, Reese, who is going to use his movement to get into the darkness right up behind the door. You plowed through it, basically, opening it for him. He is just at the door. They're wide open. Osmond Kroll, for his turn, is actually going to fire a fireball into the center of the prison.
Boy doesn't play.
That's going to be several. Let me roll those quick. How many is that? That's 6. Well, those are all failures. Alright. 68. Or is it 8d6? It's 8d6, isn't it?
The same amount of damage either way.
I suppose, yeah. 22. They are very harmed, but otherwise still alive. He is then going to use his movement to enter the darkness that he has created. And this room is basically engulfed in flames currently. Alright. Up next then is Bran. Back to... no, the guards, sorry. They're going to use their full movements to get up to the darkness in their various states. One is going to run through, and then the other captain is going to sit back here. This guy is going to run through the darkness looking for him, see that he's gone, and then return and make an attack at disadvantage against him. That's a miss. So it's back to you now.
Bran's going to grab this handy dandy tool that the Raven Queen has seen fit to bestow with him, and he's going to hang out near the door for a moment. First concern is making sure that Reese is out. Osmond's a close second, but he's going to stay there by the door, ready to attack if it's not one of those two that comes to the door next.
Okay, so holding an action for somebody to appear. Got it. Then on their next turn, Reese is going to run out and hoof it, kind of gesturing to you to follow. On their turn, Osmond is going to run a full 60 feet out the door. Then it is the Capitol Guards, who are going to use their movement to get out, see Osmond, and if you want to, you can get an attack off on him if you want to, I would say.
Let's do it.
Go ahead.
Are going to count as a dagger?
It does, yeah.
I can't remember with this. I hit the dagger first, or do I? Is that going to give me the damage, or do I can't remember what I need to do for the attack roll.
There should be an attack in your character sheet. You just click that, and then once you make that, then you click the word dagger in chat on the in the Roll20.
Gotcha.
Okay, so 10 misses. It kind of clangs against his very dense, like, chainmail and kind of plate combo. And now he's aware of you, previously just kind of going after Osmond. He sees your whole situation. But that is the guards' turn. They basically get to the door, a lot of them. Not that you can see them necessarily. But it is your turn. What would you like to do?
We're going to keep hoofing it. He's seen where Reese was, and he and Reese, he's very thankful to Osmond, but Reese is his, ride or die. So he's going to be all movement out of here, following Reese.
Sure.
Full 60.
Full 60? To the left, then?
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Exit stage left, even.
Stage left. Alright. You and Reese both get the same idea. Once you make it off the map, then it's just going to be basically athletics checks to see if you can get away from them.
Alright.
Osmond is going to turn around and summon a dark leash of energy that's going to strike these two. And then he's going to move away, provoking an attack of opportunity, which misses. Those two they need to make wisdom saves. One succeeds, one fails. This one is slowed. And actually, he would have gotten an attack of opportunity on you. But you see that as he was about to swing at you, he lowers his weapon, realizing who you were. It was the guard from earlier. Where's the slow button, man? Where's the slow? Oh, snail. There we go. Alright. Then back to our guards. He's going to run after Osmond. He's running pretty slow. And then these guys are going to catch up to Osmond pretty quick. Alright. It is your turn.
You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and this is definitely a time to run. Bran kind of cuts eyes over to Osmond, kind of jerks his head kind of a bit in the direction that they are planning on heading, and he is taking off still again after the direction of Reese. We're heading off screen, maybe.
Off screen? Okay. So go ahead and make your first athletics check. Reese will also join you in this. Very low DC.
I can't tempt you into acrobatics.
You can if you describe to me how you're going to do it. I'm going to say for this turn you got to use athletics, but if you want to start scaling buildings and stuff to get away, that's totally cool.
We'll start athletics, but it's going to hurt my heart with that -1.
Yeah. You actually you succeeded with a 10, so
we'll take it.
With an 11, you successfully get away for that turn. You look back, and Osmit is going to cast another sort of fireball directly at the prison, hitting these guys again. That is mostly saves that time. Oh, it's the wrong one. And 2 more. Okay. With that, you watch as another detonation goes off, and 3 of the guards fall. Osmit Kroll has killed in the streets of Halhazar. Alright. Then, back to the guards. They're both going to take... The guard captain is going to take 3 attacks at Osmit Kroll. 2 hit. You watch this guard captain bring down this glowing electric sword and slice through him twice, hitting him pretty harshly, and the other hits him with a normal attack. He's looking pretty wounded all of a sudden. Then it is your turn. Go ahead and, yeah, if you want to start making acrobatics checks to get away, you start climbing up buildings and jumping across the different tiers of the city. You watch as a ship is coming underneath one of the bridges nearby. Halhazar is built half on the ocean, so there are ships that come through the city in alleyways and sort of dock and unload their goods to different places within the storage areas of the Undercity.
That Bran is going full opening to Aladdin, one jump ahead of the breadline situation here.
Okay.
We are scrabbling over buildings and that sort of thing.
Gotcha. Let's go ahead and make that acrobatics check. You're gonna watch as your turn friend, your Thalsi friend Reese, just starts flying away.
Show off.
He doesn't care. He's fine. Alright, but with a 15 you succeed quite handily. You start making your way away from these guards, now that they are fully, otherwise busy anyway. Osmit Kroll is going to disengage and jump off the side of the bridge. And that is his turn. Go ahead. The guards are going to kind of run after him and look as he is off the map. They're going to look down and try to find out what that guy is up to. The concentration for slow is going to go, and this guy's going to run up and try to see what happened. Go ahead and make me one last check to try to get away from any peering eyes.
Mr. Griffin.
What's up?
What was the damage you decided to go with for my weapon?
Oh, I think it's a pistol, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a D8, but it's got really good range, or D10. I think it's a D10, but it has not
D10.
the best range. Yeah. Okay, with a 12, you just succeed. and you end up alone for a few minutes, until finally your friend Reese circles back around and kind of approaches you within an alleyway.
That was, hey, I don't think that guy was a good guy.
Well, guess that all depends on how you think of things. In the worst of times, even the worst person could be your best friend. If it wasn't for him, we would probably still have our two tails still tucked inside that building now, wouldn't we?
I think so. Hey, I think somebody's, like, looking for you, bud. This ain't good. You might want to, like, skip town or get help or something.
You got any place you think I should go?
I have no idea. Honestly, I have no clue. Just maybe a better part of town. Maybe we stay in, like, the nice parts for a while. You got any money?
Stashed back at your place. You got my little hidey hole that I know you know about, even though you're not supposed to. But we got that, and I have a couple of friends, a couple of good times that might be willing to take into travelers in a bit of need. One of them likes charity cases, and another one likes exotic experiences, and he gives Reese the once-over.
Oh my god. Wow. Alright, you make friends, huh? Cool. Alright. That's good. Hold on. There's, somebody coming over. There's somebody in the alleyway with us. We're not alone.
And he kind of, like, fans out his wingspan, and kind of obscuring both your faces. Mr. Lorenzo Bermudez.
Hey, what's up?
Describe yourself as you approach these figures within the alleyway. Currently, and I suppose I should give you some context for this, Lorenzo is an awakened boy. He knows what his whole deal is. You have many of the past memories as Marin, as Lorenzo, of things that have happened. You have a tether to other Fate Given who are still alive. You know that there are very few of them left from even this era. And you know that there is currently one down this alleyway.
Okay.
You kind of felt him a straggler. Currently, also for you, you know that the Fate Given are being hunted down by some individual. You know that 5 Fate Given were killed just yesterday. And that the city is currently more or less on lockdown for you guys. More or less you are all trying to gather either in safer parts of the world or the Chantry of the Dawn, the sort of birthplace of everything.
Chantry of the Dawn is like where Mirren is, right?
Yep, that's where he would he'd either govern from, or that's where the Fate Given certainly govern from.
Gotcha. So what exactly am I'm seeing? I'm seeing
You're seeing
a Birdman.
Yeah, you're seeing an Arctic tern man. Yeah, hiding, obscuring the face of another individual in the dark of this alley.
Okay, gotcha. So Lorenzo is a tiefling, and pretty beautiful for a tiefling, to say the least. He looks like a pretty boy. In most of the way that his demeanor is, he comes off as slightly rugged, but mostly almost princely. His skin, deep, basically the outside of the token. That's about the color of his skin. A little darker. White armor. It looks as if it could be a sort of like breastplate of plate, but it actually is an illusion. It's more of a leather breastplate with a slightly tattered crest on the front of it. And on the sides, he has a small, or two dueling like flintlock pistols that have 3 barrels.
Oh, that's right. That because you were going to do 3d4, and then I was like, that's fucked up. That's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
My ass.
What do you say is the approach?
I actually take steps forward. Said, there's no need to fear. I'm here out of a sense of duty. You are a fate given, correct? Not, and I point towards the man under the bird wing, the Aven wing.
Bran gets the this lockpick / stiletto at the ready. Kind of looks up at Reese and is absolutely, utterly befuddled. Has no idea what's going on. What are you telling me? There's no need to fear, and here we've got some sort of knight in shining armor coming up here to me.
I try to look you up and down. Like, what does Bran look like, as far as I can see?
Bran is about 6 foot tall, half elf, dark hair, beard. Hair's typically pulled back in a man bun kind of situation. Blue eyes. He's lithe. He's not built for strength. He is built for being limber and slinking around. And I'm not exactly sure what they've thrown him in from the jail. Obviously not something that he's going to be happy with, but there you go. He's got a dagger in one hand, a book hanging out of a pocket in the other, and a symbol of the holy symbol of the Raven Queen. On himself.
Jakey, does that resonate with me a little bit at all?
Yeah, you would still have like a kind of remnant, if not fondness, like you definitely know, and I mean you remember a lot of your past life. Marin he's not aware of you per se so much, but you very much know all about Marin.
Okay.
So it is a sort of weird. This is the thing that the Warden Soul struggles with a lot of the time, but past hymns don't walk around. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm here. I too am fate given. I've heard news that our order is being hunted, and
Wait. Let me just stop you right there now. What the feck? What's a fate given?
oh no. We are I don't want to call us a cosmic force, but we're like world police. We keep the balance.
I'm pretty sure that you're looking at the wrong boy. Police tend to like me for all the wrong reasons.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't quite catch that.
The police tend to like me for all the wrong reasons.
Oh no, not those police. I mean, those guys. I don't give a single shit for them.
You and me both.
No, we are, like I said, a more cosmic order, a balancing force to prevent things called the Sundered to save us, or save the planet from utter destruction and consumption. You're chosen. I was drawn to you.
So you're saying that I'm some sort of special one that's supposed to, and you're drawn to me. I mean, not the first time I've heard that, to be quite honest, but usually it's across a room. Don't get me wrong, you're pretty enough, but you're gonna have to forgive me if I insist that you kind of prove it to me.
Is there any way I can actually prove that, Mr. Griffin?
Man. Could you
Sorry,
prove
the
it?
brain's
That's
difficult.
a hard thing to say.
Yeah, can Lorenzo himself prove it?
Lorenzo himself can brandish a fate-given arm, but that doesn't necessarily prove anything. That just shows that you have some sort of weird power, and everybody in this world has those. So,
Well,
you can
FYI,
also
I don't
invite
have a
him to
second-
the Chantry of the Dawn. That might be the best thing to do.
Does Lorenzo have his little teleporty thing?
Which little teleporty thing?
The thingy that lets us teleport across like world.
Oh, the stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got that. Yeah.
Okay. I could take you to the Chantry of the Dawn, and you could meet one of our upper echelon, I guess, to say, of a past generation of Fate Given who has already defended this world once. If you trust me in that,
You're gonna
I can also
me out
get
of
you the fuck out of here.
There we go. That's what we're talking about. What about my friend over here?
Hi.
I could. I mean, you're not a Fate Given, but I could take you as well.
You either take him or I don't go.
We can work something out. Sure.
Sounds like a deal to me. Don't it to you, Reese?
Yeah. I mean, otherwise I could just the Chantry's just down the road, like a while away.
Gotten so turned around in the streets, I bloody forgot. Anyway.
But maybe teleporting through the back alley is a better idea. I don't know. I can come, though.
Get us out of here, and I'll go wherever you want.
I changed his voice, didn't I? He sounds like this! He sounds shitty! Yeah, that's right. My bad.
He's my favorite trash bird.
Is there like a word to activate the stone?
It's just kind of a focus for a short while, and then it just works.
All right, I kind of gotta grab hold of both of them, and I just kind of focus on delivering us to the Chantry.
Yeah, and after a short while, you are brought within the Chantry of the Dawn. And then we're gonna return back across the entire world to Jimbo, the Warden Soul, and a Mr. Horologium. The Warden. Let me get some music going. My bad.
Good old swamp jig.
Yeah, you think so?
That's where we are.
Royalty.
The age is silent.
I'm gonna have a Fay-Dodo.
Fate Given do have a small attraction to each other, even if it's not innately felt. It's like
I thought we feel it.
there. It's like a draw, even if it's unintentional. Addressing the stuff in the chat.
Like all Fate Given, or just like to your
All.
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
Lorenzo's
a sixth sense,
probably
right? That's
different
what I
just
was
because he has a past life on the planet.
You're a second gen, so you're even more attuned.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
A second gen of Marin.
Mhm.
So it's kind of, I assume that means I have a even weirder attraction.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get some ambiance going for Swamp Boy. I didn't find a jig fast enough, but that's okay.
No, that's okay. This is even better.
All right. You're all hanging out, and the warden kind of kicks up her feet. She's like, all right. We need to check on the others of your group. I was only able to get 3 of you, and I fear for the very worst. We lost a whole lot yesterday, and we're probably going to keep losing more until I can actually go up and gather the rest of you. The issue here that I'm facing is that there's even more like you that have, been born. They just haven't been chosen yet. There were a lot of us that died about 20 years ago, and most of those individuals are facing rebirth in some form or another, rather. And I don't know, we don't get necessarily a clear read on where all of them are. So I'm cut between wanting to get you back to our home and trying to send you to go find more. You all seem like capable fighters. You handled yourselves very well. Inaction scares me. Inaction is sort of what got us to where we were with this whole thing. We didn't think of the possibility of somebody turning against us or the natural order of how things should be to get back what we lost, but here we are. Let's check in on your other ones, or your friends. I need a rest for a while, anyway.
Okay.
I can't summon them anymore. I've already tapped that resource. That magical essence is gone for a while. Let me bring us back home though. At least you three. You might want to say your goodbyes, as we might be gone for a while.
Okay.
I'll give you
I
time
look
to think.
I look to Deus and Empo, or Miracle, and I'm like, I'm gonna go say goodbye to my family, and I'll be back out here in a minute.
All right, go do what you need to do.
So, go walk up to my mom and my pop. I'm like, well, looks like the best thing is for me to get out of here because they're coming after me, not you. So I'm gonna go on with them now. You hold down the shop. I know you can find some good help. And make sure to keep trimming that armor over there. Make sure it doesn't get out of hand. Just kind of give it a little snip snip.
Oh.
And I point over to that aberrant leather piece on the metal armor.
You want to keep that here with us, Jimbo?
I mean, I guess I could take it, but it's yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it with me.
All right. Now, you ever come home, you need help. You're always welcome. I'll be happy to fight by your side. Something scared me last time. I haven't felt afraid in a long time, boy, but it was like something was pushing me away from those folks.
No, I understand. If you saw, I mean, I'm sure you saw what we saw, and I think it's only going to get crazier from here. I think you should handle the normal folk, and we'll let this guy handle all those crazy. I don't even know what to call it.
Me and your ma will keep the home front safe. You get strong, you fight good, and you come home when you can.
Oh, believe me, I'm gonna come back in here and make sure not to go into my room too much and mess with my stash. I know you know what I'm talking about.
I do. Here,
And,
before you go, I got something for you.
oh?
And he goes back and he kind of whips out a hammer.
This was your grandpa's.
Oh.
It's not really any special, it's just a hammer, but you might need this where you're going.
No, I'm gonna treasure this. And I say, you hear that, you old coot? I'm a treasure. And I put it in my bag.
You better not break it, you bastard!
Anyways, well, I'm taking Grandpa with me. Do y'all need ask him anything before I go, or are we good to go?
Pop? Yeah? You better keep my boy safe. Of course. Jimbo? Let's kick
Yes.
some ass.
Hell yeah, Grandpa.
And
Show me those old war stories you used to tell me.
and he flexes. Yeah. All right. His old man body. All right. What do you I mean, your mother is like distraught. but
Um,
she gives you a hug as you go.
Of course.
Um,
I'm gonna give him a good old Jimmy John Jones hug, bear hug.
mhm.
The both of them. I'm gonna grab them both in one big grab and kind of pick them up and
Yep.
drop them back down.
Mhm. And you're yeah, and you sit there embraced for a while, and then finally they
Mhm.
let go. And your mom just says, "Keep us safe, hon."
Believe me, that's all I'm ever gonna do. And I start to walk out and I look over and I say, Rocky, you coming or you staying?
And he comes on. He just starts running towards you.
Okay. He just jumps onto the shoulder and we walk out.
All right. Outside the Jimbo residence, the warden's soul is sitting there, a sort of gemstone in her hand, about the size of a fist. She's got it clutched in each finger.
Can I talk to her while he was doing all that?
Yeah, yeah. What would you like to talk to them about?
It's just the warden soul.
Yeah. I'm saying, what would you like to talk to? Yeah. What are you saying?
You mentioned inaction, so who was responsible for inaction that brought about this scourge?
We lost too many during the First Era. We weren't able to act quickly to reassemble our strength, and we were tapered. We were weak for, well, about 2 decades now. With more people to watch over and more conceivably more threats across the different worlds and lands beyond, we just weren't able to compete. I wasn't well, when I died I was reborn right away, but I'm young. I haven't been fighting this whole time. This body has only been of use to me for the past few years. Keeping the peace is hard, and ideals start to trickle in, and who knows how fucked up the world is after we faced what we saw.
So when you say we, who are you talking about?
20 years ago, the Fate Given assembled, all of us, all that we could at least, and we fought a Sun Eater, a great beast that was coming, had passed into this realm, and was coming for our sun, and then for the world. We were able to defeat it, but we lost every single Fate Given. But what seems like 5, even I died. In the
So
grand.
you, the first generation, 20 years ago?
I've been a Fate Given for much longer than that. Of course, it wasn't called that in those years before, but yes, I was a Fate Given in the first years. I've been reborn 4 times already. My rebirth process works a little bit differently than your guys's.
So who are the first generation you mentioned?
Well, there's 5 remaining. There is Alquidmara Elric, a goblin, the keeper of the western lands of Versia and Monondoa.
Hold on, can I make notes?
Yeah, go ahead.
I need to have the spelling.
I think it's Alquidmia. A-L-Q... Actually, I have it written down. Of course I do.
You
Yes.
can definitely just see it under the first generation Fate Given
They
tab.
can't see that, though.
No, you can, though.
I can, yeah. A-L-Q-U-I-D-M-I-A. Alquidmia.
A-L-Q-I-D-M-I. Okay, yeah?
Elric is his last name.
Is it bad that I didn't know that was his... I didn't know that was his full name.
Well, we called him Quiddy the whole entire campaign.
Yeah, but yeah. True.
Sorry, what is he?
He's a goblin. He is the keeper of Versia and Monondoa, the 2 western continents. A Marin Ashenshump. M-A-A-R-E hyphen capital I-N space Ashenshump, capital A-S-H-E-M-P.
Ashen
E-N-S.
Stump, you clown.
You've got it spelt wrong then, my friend. You've got Ashen Shump.
You're right, I do.
Yep. So it's Ashen Stump.
My bad.
Hey, canon until you fix it. Temple. The fourth Warforged ever assembled.
Wait, sorry. Mayor in Ashen what?
Ashen Stump.
Stump. Okay. And what is this person?
He is the keeper of Arabarat, the southern continent, and the protector of Halthazar, the capital city of the world. And then...
and just to pause,
Go ahead.
these first generation Fate Given, they still exist in our current time?
Yes, but they are weakened.
Okay, how long ago did they exist?
Depends. They weren't born all at the same time. From what I understand, they are of varying ages. But they more or less convened when they were chosen, just as you have, and
So I
now-
guess what I mean is,
Go ahead.
when did they assemble?
20,
Because we assembled 20 years after something, right?
20 years ago they assembled. They assembled on the
21
year...
years ago.
Yes, yeah, 21 years ago. Yep.
They assembled 21 years ago?
Well, this year, 20 years ago, I suppose. Like specifically, yesterday was the day they assembled. It was they assembled and fought their great evil within the same year.
Assembled 20 years ago, fought the sun
Yes, year
god.
250 first era.
We are currently in the
verse.
251st era?
No. This is the second verse. Sorry. I keep calling it era. There's the first verse, there's the second verse. You're currently in the second verse, 20th year. The first verse only lasted 250 years. They assembled in the 250th year of the first verse.
First verse, 250 years?
Yes.
Second verse is current,
Yep, and it's the 20th year of the second verse.
and... '20th year of the second verse. Okay, so they were in the first verse. Or no?
Yes.
Oh, yes?
And they're also alive still today.
Okay, when in the first verse were they assembled?
Year 250.
Oh.
The very last year of the first verse. They assembled and they fought their great horror. And they are the last survivors.
Okay, and their first generation. Interesting. So, before that, there were no Fate Given.
No, they are not the first Fate Given. The first Fate Given assembled... Sorry, I thought you meant that group specifically. The first Fate Given were born on this world other than the Warden Soul, who's been around for a while, were assembled year 10 of the first verse.
Okay, so what do I call the first generation Fate Given? These are not the first generation Fate Given?
Those are...
All of them that are in the first verse are first generation.
Yeah, they were not Fate Given before their first life. The second generation Fate Given were Fate Given before then.
Oh, so first generation Fate Given means in the first verse.
Yes, or their first time being alive as a Fate Given.
Okay, so
You
are the
also...
second generation, but also first generation,
Yes.
based on that.
Yeah, second
my
era.
God, that's so
first,
confusing. Hold on,
second era, first generation Fate Given. That's what you guys are.
Okay. Let's see. First verse, first generation Fate Given, assembled 20 years ago. Is that correct? First verse, first generation Fate Given, assembled 20 years ago. No, that's not correct.
The very last group of them. Yes.
So they would be... how do I even title them? First...
The first Fate
Could
Given.
just call them
Huh?
the remaining Fate Given from the past generation.
Or something
Oh,
like that.
okay,
Yeah.
sure. The remaining...
Everybody else is
Fate
fucking dead.
from
Blew up in
first
space. Oops.
It did.
Assembled 20... Okay. 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 So, 20 years ago, assembled 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 20 Okay, so there's Maur, this person. Who's the third guy in this remaining fate given?
So there was Alquibia,
first
Elric,
group.
Marin, Ashenstump, and then the fourth Warforged ever assembled, Temple.
The first ever Warforged?
The fourth Warforged.
Fourth ever Warforged. Okay, and what's her name?
His name was Temple.
Temple. That's it?
That was his simple name, yes.
Cool. Anything special about them? What did
he
they
rules
protect?
over Ilbica, the region of Ilbica. Or the Ilbicus Highlands, more broadly referred to as.
So by ruler, is that different from protector?
No, these are all one and the same with a little bit of a different twist based on their personalities as a individual. Kind of how they seized power of that region.
Oh, so he would also be considered a protector, just of a
Yes.
different continent.
Yep, of a different continent, and he also rules a little bit differently than the others.
How so? Do we know that?
No, I would say make a
No,
history
okay,
check
that's fine.
if you would know that. Yeah.
Sure, let me quickly do that. Before I kind of minimize that. History.
Okay. Whereas other Fate Given might be problem solvers or use less direct force, Temple, if there was ever a conflict that was brewing, would join a side of that conflict with whatever he thought was right. Directly kind of joining battles and waging war against different nations.
So you would join a side of conflict to solve it instead of what?
Instead of taking a diplomatic approach or leaving things to suss themselves out, or some of the other approaches that have been taken.
Okay, alright. Is there anything else I should know about this guy?
He is a worshipper of Primina and is the current champion of that god. I think he's
Interesting.
called an Arc Paladin, is his current title.
Okay, who's the next person?
The next person
after Temple
is a man simply called Jermid, which is spelled Diarmid.
Okay.
He is a summoner of ice, who is currently the protector of the Dunelands.
Okay. Anything else of importance?
He is the killer of Ulamog, and has ascended to a sort of godlike power.
Wait, who's Ulamog?
Ulamog is a god that they faced within the final battle of with that great Sun Eater.
He's also more elusive than everybody else.
Wait, so he ascended to godlike power, and how did you relate him to the Sun Eater person?
The Sun Eater was being protected by that godlike being that he killed.
Oh, okay. And then from killing him, he ascended to godlike power, or he was like that before?
He gained that power of that creature, yeah.
Ah, I see. Probably got a soul or something. And then as a team, they killed the Sun Eater?
Yes.
Okay, out of character question, I guess. What's the son of Eleanor? Is there more than one?
There's just one son, and it's called, I believe, Delio.
Sun-eating god.
The sun-eating
How
god
do you
was...
spell Delio?
Unnamed, but they called it the Ceaseless Maw. It was basically a giant mouth and set of other mouths.
Sorry, how do you spell Delio?
Delio.
The current. Okay, alright. Is there another person after Diarmid?
Yes. Last but not least, after Mr. Lucian Wells fell ill with the I suck, Slippy, a grung of the city Greep, currently rules over Ner Mora and travels the world hunting.
Sorry, how do you spell Greep?
Greep, Grip.
And he's the protector of Ner Mora?
Ner Mora, yes. Which is this continent that you're currently on.
Yeah, I forgot to spell Ner Mora.
N-E-R-R, or no, N-E-R-M-O-R-R-A.
Oh, gotcha, Protector. And sorry, what else about him? So he's grown of the city grip, Protector of Normora, and
he is a planar traveler. He goes all over the different realms, basically hunting and killing foes and protecting different communities. He works outside of just Normora. Or actually outside of just Aelinor, I suppose.
very cool. All right. And
those are the 5
so
remaining.
These are 5 remaining. Okay. And who is Warden Soul then? Where do you fit in this? What is your title and group name and all that?
Around 3,000 years ago, I was born to a world, and I found, in my own way, a sliver of godhood that I placed upon myself. I didn't know, but before I had done so, that sliver of godhood that I had captured, that divine essence that I had placed within myself, belonged to a truly wicked and evil being. It gave me eternal life through a cycle of rebirth. And after being born and dying so many times, I began to adapt ways to manifest strength and potential from past lives, compounding to what you now use as your powers, your fate-given boons. That domain that you cast earlier, I sussed out, I figured out. The weaponry that Jimbo uses is my blood.
So are you a fate given?
I am the first fate given. I am the architecture that created the fate given. When Asgarath needed something to fight Sundered, he used my essence, basically. He split me into different pieces to create you guys.
You're the very first fate given?
Yes.
Created by what's the name? Asgard? No, what's the name?
Asgarath?
Yeah, Asgarath.
Not directly. I was born far after his time. He was not alive in the time I was born.
You were born before him?
No, he had died for a while. It took him a while to reclaim his life. He had split into a separate being called Io for a time after he was split in two during the Great War.
So you were split by Asgarath into several forms?
Yes.
To defend against the Sundered.
Yeah.
Okay. And founded the Fate Given. How did you do that?
Only through power. Ada's Song. He was a blue man from the Ved Coast. He was
the
actually
one in the what's it called? That puzzle in the mind room? Is
yes,
that the one?
Yes, he probably.
Sorry, what's his name again? Ada. I think
Ada's
his name.
Song. Yes.
Oh, I have his name somewhere. Let me see. Well, I guess I never recorded that.
He founded all sorts of different things, but most importantly, he was one of the first Fate Given chosen on this world. I was but 10 years old when he came to power on this planet, and he started, getting things in motion. At least my body was 10 years old, so I wasn't able to do much at that time.
So sorry. How do you spell his name?
Adis is A-E-D-I-S, and his last name is just the word song.
Song. The Dalkin that founded the Fate Given. So you are not the one that found the Fate Given, but he was.
Yes, my powers simply started the motion of them. Started giving Fate Given their abilities.
See. So you were physically 10 years old on Eleanor when Ada's song started. What again?
The 10th, well, yes, the 10th year was when the first fate given were chosen. And I was reborn at the start of the world. My previous form had died, trying to fight the forces of Nemesis back on my homeworld. And I was reborn here. So I was unable to sort of begin that faction, but I would have if I could have, and I helped over the years, but Ada's song was more or less the architect of everything.
How would you describe Nemesis?
Six eyes you've seen. Female, to a degree. 4 arms, from what I can tell. I've never seen their bottom, but I've felt their hand crush my world, it seemed.
So she's an evil god of void or of sundering? How would you describe that part?
There's creation, and then there's what lies beyond. That is her domain. Is absence, oblivion, nothingness.
Has Jimbo walked out and heard any of this yet?
Yeah, I think so at this point, yeah.
Okay. Just pulling a couple hairs out. He's just like, worlds are exploding, and he's just trying to, build armor.
Okay. So Slippy, Dioramid, Temple, Mare, is it Marin?
Yeah.
And Alquidmia are all alive.
Yes.
Okay. So we should seek them out.
Yes. Currently, I know at least the location of one of them. Marin is still back at home. The others are out kind of holding their own fronts while they can. They still have nations to govern despite this crisis.
Who was the one that fought you just now?
That was an entity that I've come to know as King Sorrow.
What do you know about him? I think I know that he attacked Hal Hazar 20 years ago.
He did. He was going for the God Heart. He was going for Eleanor at the center of the Hazar Chantry. We'll be going there very soon to get you blessed properly and have you have some sort of defense against the Sundered. If
Eleanor's heart is in Hal Hazar?
There's a direct route to Eleanor's heart in Hal Hazar.
I see. Are there any other known ways to Eleanor?
They are, but they're incredibly complex. None so direct as this one.
I see.
The heart is protected for now. Eleanor itself is aware, if you get too close to it, of your presence. So, approaching it was a foolish effort. We had killed King Sorrow, we had thought before, but it looks like he has returned. And there are others in his wake, it seems. He has a far-reaching hand that we were not aware of across the world. I, the other day, saw 2 other individuals, similarly dressed, similarly powerful from what I could tell. Though I don't know their identities or what they are or what their intentions are. I can only assume the worst, that if they are able to summon Sundered Energy, that they have some sort of scheme that goes outside the realm of common sense.
How long have you known of this King Sorrow fellow? Is he also from the first generation or first verse?
He would have been alive during the first verse, I'm sure. The attack on the Chantry happened during the first verse, or just after the first verse on the second day, I believe.
The first verse is only 20 years ago.
Yes.
Well, that would
It
make
happened,
sense.
Yeah, second day of the first. Yeah, the second day of the second verse, he attacked. I know very little. We had thought him dead. We thought him to be some sort of crazed individual from the site of the Sun Eater. We had seen that creature within our skies, and it caused many problems for a lot of the individuals here. Many did not recover from seeing that force appear.
He was certainly very powerful, and you clearly also demonstrated your power. How you mentioned you were split, and we have actually met your other form, Mr. Soul. So how many other forms of you exist on Eleanor?
I'm unaware of the exact amount. As I was split, I began to divide, and I've regained much of my strength since then, but there are hundreds. I know of hundreds that are on this world.
Are they all allies?
Allies is a loose term when it comes to Fate Given. They are good, they are bad, they are chaotic, they are always good.
Well, what I mean is that you are a special entity. So you are also Mr. Soul from the landing.
Yes.
However, you are also a physical embodiment of himself, Mr. Soul. So I'm wondering specifically, how many versions of you specifically are there on Eleanor?
Oh, none. There's but me.
Okay, so that's what I want. Okay.
Yes.
So you are the only one.
Mr. Soul was created to kind of shield me from some of the burdens of my past lives. I've lived for a long time, and I've done a lot of things that I am not particularly fond of, or so I've been told. I am unaware of much of these, other than the efforts that I've gone through on this world. I tried to kill a friend of mine once because they wanted to trip home.
Well.
So you said Asgarath split your soul, split you into several forms. So I'm assuming that would be you, Mr. Soul, in the landing. And are there others that exist beyond this realm?
Fragments of my soul have been turned into the different boons that you take whenever you gain strength. Your soul compacts, it layers, it grows, it evolves, it takes on new forms. And as I said, they've begun to multiply on their own. There is a certain strength and resolve within each and every fragment of them that I was not aware of, that I have not tapped into. But once I was 54 souls, in one body, a sort of unity of individuals.
Your body contained other souls?
Yes. Every time I was reborn, I took the body of someone who is already living as sort of a hostage, and I gained their strength and the strength of my lives past. A very similar situation is happening on Aelinor every time a Fate Given is born.
So we can also, our bodies can contain other souls. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
How many can we hold?
It depends on how long it takes for you to, how long you can keep this world ticking. It's an ever-spinning cycle. As long as there is a person for you to be reborn into, you can gain more power. You can gain more strength. You can gain more soul.
So even if my current body dies, I can keep all the souls I have possessed in my past body?
You may be fragmented if your soul proves to be not strong enough. You sort of need to prove yourself. The situation that you live within is not the same as mine, whereas I am a guaranteed rebirth as a part of my curse. More or less, you must prove yourself to Asgarath as being something that must be kept around. Otherwise, you may be just used to fuel the flames and give strength to other individual souls.
All right.
Do you think any of those others are coming here, or?
It's always possible.
Do you think?
I
Well,
greatly wounded, gravely injured King Sorrow in our last encounter, but there are others of theirs that might be after you. We should get moving while we can.
I
okay.
agree, but I am concerned of one individual that I can't remember out of character. Who said this? I think it was her, or it was Mr. Soul. I think it was her. It's been a while. Anyway, I am concerned about the seer that is aware of our location. Because if they know where we are never safe.
That is what I tried to retake. I figured that it was King Sorrow who had possession of that soul in some way, but it seems like that has eluded me. I am fearful that they have at least the location of you. That oracle knew of but 25 souls every 10 years of Fate Given that were placed on this land. There are hundreds more than that have not been yet revealed.
Other Fate Given?
Other Fate Given.
But the seer knows where we are.
The seer knows where you are because you were chosen this year.
I see. So they only can detect the Fate Given of this year.
Specifically the Fate Given that were selected as a part of a summoning ceremony to gain the blessing of Aelinor and fight Sundered. There are other Fate Given that are left to their own devices to do whatever they wish.
So other Fate Given, such as Tempo or Slippy, would not be seen by this seer.
No, not currently.
I see. Then our lives and our families will still be in danger as long as the seer knows where we are and is possessed by the enemy.
Correct, yes.
I say we seek out the seer as our first priority. And I look to the others like Jimbo and Miracle, who's not here. If you guys agree.
Quite possibly, yeah. We'll have to see what comes our way. I'm still kind of beat up. I think I need a good night's rest to kind of mull all of this over before I can make any decisions.
Well,
in our dream, we had others with us. We should seek them out, for they will also be in danger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's check up on them. It'll take us a while for me to be able to do that, but we need a rest. We're all banged up. We should return home, and I'll see if we can get somebody to check in on the others. We have plenty of different priests back at the chantry that can scry and see the current state of your other two.
Yeah, there was that shark man and that half elf, I think.
Yes, the other one. They were both very unique individuals, to say the least.
Indeed.
We should find them, since clearly, until a few minutes ago, I thought this was just a dream.
Yep.
Or they were just a dream.
Well, let's be
I
on.
wish it was
Let's
a dream.
get going.
Where do you suggest we stay to rest? Is it safe here?
We'll keep you safe within the chantry. There's places to live, or to sleep and rest and learn and eat there. You'll be safe.
All right, then we shall go.
All right. She opens her palm. She kind of reveals this gem that she's had gripped within her hand, and she begins the same exact transportation ritual, this summoning of a portal that we just saw Mr. Bermudez commit to within Halhazar. And you are transported, all of you collectively, to the Chantry of the Dawn.
How do you spell this place? Chantry?
Yeah.
It's a place, right?
Chantry of the Dawn.
Of the Dawn. And this is where?
In Halhazar.
Halhazar.
Yes, on the Ved Coast, which is in Arborat. All right. You appear in this grand space. there are individuals of all different sort of origin walking around. You see different priests dressed in different garbs, each resembling. There is sort of an inlay, a theme of draconic sort of influence on each of their robes. You see one set of priests is wearing one that's blood red, another that is like silvery white, and another that is a sort of yellow with a purple inlay. You see these individuals all gathering around, and as you teleport in, you also see across the room another individual, a set of individuals, 3. What looks like a sort of tiefling individual, a half-elf, and this birdman. And as you see one another, you get almost a headache, like a pulse, and then it eases into a sense of like, oh, I remember you.
Yeah, you're from that crazy dream. Brand, was it?
Wait, who said I remember you?
Nobody said I remember you. It was just a sense of like, wait a second.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
that person.
Wait. Oh, so I really need to go to the bathroom. Be right back. Sorry.
Yeah, let's take a break for a little bit. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh man, I would have waited.
5-minute break.
Yeah, just like a 5-minute break. That's fine. I need water.
Yeah, I was gonna get some water. So, Dragon's Breath?
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
You're from the original campaign?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. So yeah, I was wondering where you were from. So
Yeah. My
So
original
you're-
character was Marin.
So she died, or like?
No, that's one of the 5 that our party survived.
Okay.
Our original party survived. Those are the only people. Everybody else
That's
fucking
right.
died.
He told us the story of like, basically a giant maw ate everything and whatever. It was kind of loose detailed.
Yeah.
Giant Maw ate everything. We blew it up, stopping like that attack. And now, since we're the only fate given alive, we decided to split the 5 continents between the 5 of us.
Okay. And Lorenzo's just one of the people who like were reincarnated, or you're?
He's like one of your characters.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So...
he just has the memory of Marin because that was my last character. Some of them.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm back. I still hear crickets.
Oh yeah, thank you. I gotta switch that. I'm about to fall asleep to those crickets. Those are nice. All right, hold on.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go grab that water real quick, and I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Bum bum bum.
I always appreciate the history lesson, Jakey.
It's always fun, right?
Yeah.
I care about the world history. It matters. I need that deep lore. Give me that deep lore.
If there's one thing that he overcommits to, it's the deep lore. No offense. No offense, brother.
Copy video. You're fine, dude. I partially agree.
See, some people love the RP, and I think it's great. It's fun. It's funny. It can make you cry. It can make you laugh. Some people love the combat because, we build our characters to do that kind of stuff. But I want the deep lore.
There's a reason that Temple is a fighty man.
Is that one of your characters?
No, that was one of the the original guys that survived from the Fate Given are our original party.
Cool.
So Marin is my character, but Temple is our friend that's not really... He's more into... Like, we're all personal friends outside of D&D. But, Yeah.
And when did you guys play? Like, when did you guys start this party?
A long time ago.
Years ago, is that?
It was a 2-year campaign.
Okay.
And that was about a year ago.
Oh, okay. That wasn't too long ago.
No. We let him take a break from DMing for a little bit.
Wait, who DM'd?
Me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were a player.
I was.
Me? Oh yeah.
No. Fib.
Oh. No.
I only played as Slippy.
Wait, actually, so he was a player? Like he was a DMPC?
Yeah, it was a DMPC because we only had like 4 players. And
I see.
yeah,
Slippy's the best boy.
Cool.
Slippy is
Slippy's a grung, so she's a frog, right?
He.
Yeah.
This
He's
is
also ancient at this point because Grung don't live very long.
Hey, Grung lived to be 50. I looked it up. It's not as bad as we thought. He's still got a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
also Slippy
Middle aged.
reminds you of Star Fox.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a. Actually, no. We said that calling Slippy Kermit was a slur.
It was a Star Fox reference, though. I'm pretty sure it was his thing, right?
I think, yeah, as Star Fox.
Okay, I'm back.
I think I made that joke. And you rode with it.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Yeah. So you have reconvened now in this space. This sort of gilded, golden temple. There is all sorts of different individuals. You see a dwarven man with a great hammer walking by, flanked by what looks to be a lion, a just giant lion, a elven woman with a like sort of magical implements, a freaky looking wooden creature that's kind of tumbling on all fours behind them, a normal human man, and a what's the last one? My gosh. Nope, that's the 5. That's the 5 of the group that just walked by. You see like a gnomish individual looking kind of smug as they walk a front, a giant Goliath, basically I'm listing off a whole bunch of different fate-given individuals who are just making their rounds, sort of keeping the batches or the hatches battened down. Watching over you as you approach. You get sort of a curt nod from the little gnome as he walks by.
Did
Oh, is that Cameron?
No.
Oh.
did Warden Soul say that these were being brought to a place with other fate given?
She just referred to this as home. I don't know what she did.
Oh, okay. Can I feel that they are fate given?
Yes. You feel that influence sort of all around you. Especially coming from like a space beneath your feet, but you just feel like you feel a little stronger in the space. You feel like invigorated. You feel like calm at the same time. Sort of like this is where you've lived your whole life, but definitely foreign at the same time.
I feel strange here. It's
Oddly nostalgic.
I know this place, but I don't remember ever being here.
I feel as if I've had a dream of this place maybe once before. But I can't remember from when.
But we also see what's his name, Brand, right?
Yeah, he's across the room from you. Brand, what are you doing?
Brand's taking it all in, and part of that involves doing some slight appraisal on exactly, if he were able to take stuff from here, exactly what it might be worth, which is just habit now. But there's a little bit of awe in the middle of that, and the fact that it does have this nostalgic, homey feeling. He looks down at the holy symbol and kind of pulls it up with a good look and kind of goes, "All right, then, I promise I'll behave." And just kind of looks first towards Lorenzo just to kind of see what's next, and then sees the trio across the way and just kind of stops and blinks and slowly figures out that that wasn't a dream that came from getting a solid knock on the back of the head or from drinking too much, and tries to mentally start putting it all together and one of the few times in his life he's somewhat silent.
Lorenzo just mutters under his breath, welcome home.
How far away is Brand from us?
About 15 feet.
Oh, okay.
You notice
So
that there is a sort of inlay, these separate golden circles, placed in a circular pattern themselves around the center spire that you are currently looking at. A depiction of 3 dragons atop a great platform.
I'm gonna say to Brand, aha, you're real. You made it. And you're alive. Were you in danger?
The last time I checked, I was alive. But as far as danger, I mean, just between you and me, broke out of jail not a few minutes ago.
Well,
I mean, not how you want to start the rest of your day, but better than anything, I suppose. And you're real too. Fucking hell.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's in the dream. I wasn't
Yes,
sure if the dream was real.
I understand. I thought it had 1 pint too many.
Mhm.
And yet here we are. We stand before each other outside the dream in our real life. We came here because we were united by, I'm going to refer to the warden soul, this fellow here, or this, she's a girl, right?
She's a woman, yeah.
Alright, this lady
this
here,
time around, yeah.
she protected us from a few odd entities. Very powerful, and how would you even describe it, Jimbo?
It was quite weird. I mean, it looked like it had bent, like this creature had bent over backwards, and then eyes were sprouting out of it, and then it exploded, and there was this black goo. I still can't even wrap my head around it. And then she flew through a portal, like some kind of, I don't even know how to say it. Like from those legends back at, like Thor.
Yes, it was quite a show. We managed to thwart our enemies, but we also have learned that we are being pursued, as well as potentially our families. So, who brought you here? I'm talking to Brand.
And just kind of takes in this whole novel that's just been laid out before him and kind of goes, they did? Points towards Lorenzo. Nice to know you survived what either sounds like a horrible time or a really good time. But my name's Brian. And y'all might be?
Well, you could call me Jimmy James Jomison Jones, but
I really don't think I can.
But you can just call me Jimbo.
I can do.
Yes, we were at Jimbo's house, met his family, quite nice people. My name's Deus. I feel like we may have introduced ourselves to each other, but I can't quite remember. Funny how dreams work, right?
Mm-hmm. Still kind of a big blur.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, did you get a fate-given power too? I summon the mace. Like, this is what I can do. Flail. It's actually a flail.
So, question here, DM.
Yeah.
If Brand's got memories of the dream and that sort of thing, but if Brand's never done his boon in the real world, how aware are, that sort of thing, how aware are we of those sorts of deals?
You know that you accepted something called Harvest, and you sort of innately know how to use it. or like what its greatest effect is, right? If you want to,
Okay.
you can attempt to try to manifest it in a smaller capacity, to sort of like show what you have done or what you've gained.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, we'll give that a bit. Brand's more of a show than tell kind of guy at times, so and he's a little flashy. So and sorry, I'm still getting used to voices. Who just asked me about the boon?
that was Jimbo.
Embo. All right. Brand kind of looks at his hand, kind of waves it around, reaches out, and puts one finger on the side of Jimbo's arm,
Wait,
and goes to try to do a reduced amount of harvest.
Okay.
uh,
Go
Mini
ahead.
harvest.
Go ahead. Make me like a Man, what is this even gonna be? What's your best mental stat?
me?
No, I'm asking.
Oh,
There's no
nothing.
save for this. It just works. I'm just trying to see how well Bran can get this under wraps.
Concentration check.
Basically, yeah. What's your best mental stat, Bran?
Mm,
Charisma?
those are the bottom three. Charisma's mine.
Okay. Try to make me. Charisma doesn't really work here, I suppose. Do you have int or wisdom, or are they both like null?
Wisdom. Wisdom's my next one. It's 15.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a wisdom
Nice.
check.
Oof.
Oh man. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d4. That's actually as bad as it gets, because you have a pretty good grapple over these powers. Despite not having actually used them, you have a pretty strong, considerable, like, hold on them normally. Okay, so Jimbo takes 4 necrotic damage,
And does he heal 4?
and he heals 4 if he was missing any hit points.
Yeah, I'm not missing any hit points
Your
right now,
headache goes
but
away.
yeah, I was about to say that'll come in handy after a couple of nights of drinking.
I just look pale.
Yeah,
I'm at like
Oh.
a total of 3 health right now.
Wait, did you knock him out?
oh no. Oh no. Well,
Oh, they're level 1?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm not out of place.
No.
Wait, so did he get knocked out? How much HP did you have before taking 4 damage?
7.
He was at 7.
Oh,
He was
you're
at
fine,
4.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you certainly prove your power here. You okay there, Jimbo?
This isn't the worst I've ever felt. And now there's this time I drank some swamp tar, I'm afraid to say, and well, I didn't wake up for a week.
Am I able to identify what his ability just did? Based on what I just saw.
Make a medicine check, I guess. I mean,
Oh.
or Arcana, maybe?
Arcana is what I do. Let's go.
This is hardly magical. It's more of a weird sort of... I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's a mixture of Arcana and religion is what is going on here. It's divinity kind of having a hold on the universe.
Is it not Arcana because you can't counterspell these abilities, for example?
Yeah, you cannot counterspell this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
With a 15 though, I would say that you saw him like wilt something, like take life away and give it to himself. And that's basically what the boon does.
So like my
Okay.
arm just turned white or something.
Yeah, like your
I give it
skin
to
is
you.
like all dead there now. You're gonna have like a scab.
No.
Such power.
Well, it's good to have you here. I'm gonna turn to the Warden Soul. Is there a Forge Master that I could possibly meet up with, or maybe
I
have a
have got-
conversation or two?
Just the sweetheart for you to meet, absolutely. Come with me. Now, I have a question for Bran as we walk.
Yeah.
Bran, what did you go to jail for? Not that I care specifically, but do you know?
Hell if I know. I usually am pretty good about not being in there, but my buddy Reese, and he points backwards to where Reese is, and he and I were out. He was having a drink. I was talking to him, and he said that someone came out and hit me over the back of the head and then beat the shit out of him. We both woke up in the prison.
But there was no reason for
No.
this, and you were... Was there anything odd about your imprisonment?
I mean, I was in an area of the town that I usually don't go into. It's one of the counselors and I have a bit of history, if you know what I mean. But but no, as far as this, I'd been a very good boy. In fact, there was a young lady the night before who told me I was a very, very good boy.
All right. But maybe you were targeted. Lorenzo, why don't you and your group try to look into anything within the capital city while you're here? You can take along for a while, but why don't you focus on making sure that the home front is safe? Because if we've got Fate Given being attacked within these walls, we've got a problem. At least the capital should be a safe haven for us.
You two know each other?
Well, we go back a little bit.
Is there some spite in that comment?
No, you don't know this, I guess, because we haven't gotten to play out Lorenzo's origin. But young Lorenzo Bermudez grew up with young Warden Soul.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I thought maybe because the Marin.
Also that, yes. It's a whole.
That's why there would be spite.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I never got to introduce myself. It's Diaz. And you are?
I'm Lorenzo Bermudez.
Lorenzo. Where are you from?
Danya. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump down the road from Hal Hazar.
I can sense he's a Fate Given, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He seems extremely similar to Jimbo, in sort of that connection.
And upon mentioning that, I also kind of much like your
Flail?
you said flail?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I pull like a gun out of my chest.
Oh,
Jesus.
See, mine kind of like forms out of my hand, and I pull a shotgun out. This is the Bayou Blaster.
What do I know about guns in this world?
They vary in shape, use, size, and make completely from place to place. Entirely magic guns are built in the Ilbicus region, whereas like proper...
And Persia.
Yeah, and Versia, yeah. Because of Quiddy.
What about the teeth?
The teeth, yeah, that's where like your normal mechanical firearms come from.
Okay, so they're pretty common across the world, supposedly?
That specific continent, they are imported southward into Arabarat by all different nations. Other places don't get much of a hold on them unless they're, individuals are connected to the capital city. Where like those nations can trade and get them that way.
Sorry, can you go back to the world map? I need to save this world map so I can refer to these places.
Sure.
Okay, I need to... Unless you have a picture, you can just send in Discord or something, but otherwise I'll just save it. Okay, because I keep forgetting where places are.
It's all good. So capital city here. There are gates all across this world. There are 8 that kind of switch in between different ones each day. There are more than 8 portals, of course, is what I'm saying. There's actually 8 portals in each continent, and then there's 8 portals within Hal Hazar. 2 of those for each of the other continents. There are no gates that go to other sections of Arabarat.
So Ilbicus is where the guns originate from, and then they are sold south to Arabarat?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Either they're carried south, like from trade ships, or they are just brought to Hal Hazar through the portals, and then they are dispersed through the portals again to other locations.
Damn, they got to go through customs?
Yes, basically. But
oh my god.
Specifically, we actually had a joke about customs last session. Adanya specifically is gun hungry. They use firearms quite quite aptly.
Ganya. Sorry, I'm looking for it. Right here. Oh, okay.
And that's where Adanya. That's where Lorenzo's from. Is Adanya, and also this version of the Warden Soul. This iteration.
Interesting. How many iterations are there?
54 total.
Oh, and this current body's only 20 years.
She's
no,
20 years old. Yeah.
Oh, she's 20. Damn, so young. Crazy. Physically, I suppose.
Lorenzo's also 20-ish.
Ah, okay. Cool. Oh, I guess I never mentioned my age. How old am I? Oh, okay. But can you tell I'm a dwarf? I'm a 59-year-old dwarf.
That means you're very young for a dwarf. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty young.
Yeah.
Just entered adulthood or young adulthood or settled.
No,
yeah.
it's like you're like 25, like in human years.
Is it? Let me check.
40 is like when you get to be an adult. So. Pretty sure. I might be
You're
wrong.
around Jimbo's age.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dwarf.
Hello,
Young
Pizza.
adult is 18 to 50. Settled adult 50 to 200. So I'm a pretty young settled adult.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
So
And delivered
yeah,
to
I'm showing him the Bayou Blaster. It's quite a piece of art, and I'm can I see your pistol?
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll give you the. And I give you the. I have a replica of the same one. I dual wield. I give you the replica of it.
Ooh. This is a fine piece of art. My character's like all about like weaponry, armor, all that kind of stuff. He likes to like make stuff. So that's why I'm like asking, and we're just like, oh my gosh. And you said this is a replica?
A replica of the my actual.
Oh.
The one
Can I hand it back to you?
Pulled out of my chest.
Yeah.
See, Jimbo's family, where we just came from, and I just met, they're all a bunch of blacksmiths and craftsmen.
Where were you from, Jimbo?
We're from a little town called Podunkington, north of Varesia. Or is it Varesia?
Yep.
Yeah, Varesia.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah, tiny little town.
Oh.
About what did you say?
You
It's
live in that
about like
hellscape.
yeah. It's like, what did you say, like 500 miles or like 300 miles
I think it's
away
500
from?
miles away from Varesia. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite the distance.
Very humid there. Is it humid there? Was it humid there?
It's very
Wait,
swampy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Springtime, you said? In Varesia?
It
Forgot what
is-
season it was. It was either spring or fall.
It's
or
fall,
something like
I
that.
believe. It is currently
Wait.
winter in
Varesia or Versia?
not
No,
Varesia.
Varesia.
Varesia. That's where
Okay.
Lucian is from.
Yeah.
For context, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, from over there. I see.
hmm Yeah, I'm on Namora.
Gotcha.
And well, and actually, and then I say, hey, Pappy, you come out for a second, and he comes out.
Oh wow! Look at this place. This is really fucking something, isn't it?
Have you ever been to? And this is Hal Hazar.
Sure, I've been here before. Plenty of times. No, not this place.
Oh, okay. Well, just curious. This is my spirit of my grandpa, who's like inside of my shield. He's like, we got his soul gem or something like that. I quite don't understand how it works as Jimbo himself, but he just knows his like spirit of his grandpa's in his shield.
Howdy.
Wait, how long has your grandpa been inside your shield?
About 5 years. He doesn't. Yeah, they haven't explained it to me. They didn't tell me, but he said that we got his soul gem and then imbued it into the shield.
Well, you never questioned how your grandpa got into your shield?
I didn't want to quite ask how my,
It's a
I
personal
have a
question.
Wait, who got him into
I mean,
the
of course
soul
I've asked hundreds of times, but they won't tell me.
gem? So who made him into a gem? How does that even work?
I think for what he told me the last time we were all sitting around the table, last night or earlier today, I think. Was it earlier today?
I think that was earlier.
Technically, it was earlier today.
Yeah.
He was saying that when
Which
you
is
die,
now even earlier in the day, by the way.
right? Which my
Yes.
head doesn't even wrap around it.
Yep.
We haven't even gone outside yet, so I don't.
Uh,
I guess we don't know unless there's a bunch of windows and stuff.
yeah, there's a huge window in the top.
It's so bright.
Yeah.
But he was saying that when you die, there's a chance to hit the soul gem, and so basically, Jimbo doesn't want to like hear that his parents possibly killed his grandpa to get the soul gem. So he's just like, I don't want to understand.
Oh, denial.
Yeah, but yeah. But
How common are soul gems? Would I have seen one like in my life?
Probably. You probably have, yeah. Especially in the teeth where Warforged are made, yeah. You probably saw it as a part of an expo, like at some place you went to, and it was like behind a pane of glass, and you got like a look at this like glowing shard, this soul piece. It's like a depending on the origin of the creature, they take on different shapes and forms, and they sort of reflect the like nature of that being to some degree.
I show and I turn my shield around, and there's this like kind of like in the bottom left corner, there's this big red crimson like gem. It's kind of just right there, and that's supposedly where he is.
You know, I remember seeing one of these once before. They're quite unique and I guess rare. I'm not too sure what they do, but it seems like it possesses an entity that you can talk to, I suppose.
I think rare is a bit of a. I mean, I was walking the street. I just arrived, but I have seen vendors selling tons of them actually across the street. They're not a rarity in Hal Hazar, but they're actually. Jakey, correct me if I'm wrong.
In Hal Hazar, yeah, the warden speaks up. In Hal Hazar, they're not rare, but other places in the world, yes, they are sometimes hard to get your hands on unless you're actively looking for them.
I see.
Or creating them.
They're created here in Hal Hazar?
No, if you kill something, there's a chance you get their soul, is what I'm implying.
So why are they so plentiful here?
This is sort of the meeting place for goods. You can find all sorts of goodies outside.
I'd be very interested to look around after.
To answer your question, if you look at your Raven Queen piety things, one of your thing is to release powerful soul gems of humanoids to gain piety, returning them back to the cycle of the life and death. Raven Queen isn't so happy about them when they deal with like humanoid lives, rather, not human lives, humanoid lives.
Oh.
But when they deal with beasts and things like that, totally fine.
I was questioning for a second concerning Marin's eye.
That's what I was wondering when I saw the allowing powerful souls to pass. I was like, this seems like that might be.
That is what that implies. Yeah.
Okay.
That or banishing like really strong undead to their next life.
Ooh.
I have a question about that, but I don't know that in character, so I'm not going to ask. Anyway.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I just thought you might like to meet this Forge Master. We're on the way to go see Pappy, so, decided to bring you on out.
Oh, I'd be happy to meet a fellow artisan. That'd be great.
Is he like an apparition, or is he like physical?
Straight ghost.
So,
Straight ghost.
So what I was telling Fib earlier, he's kind of like a skinny version of Jimbo, but when I'm forging or like he's flexing or anything, like in his ghost form, he gets like Roshi muscles for a second or two. It's just like he's just huge. Like he just gets huge to like forge, and then kind of like condenses back in, like
His shield is a relic Begro, so it'll be getting like more powerful, And
Yeah.
You got it. And you so as you walk, you approach the sort of crafting room, this massive workshop that is built into the back of the Chantry of the Dawn. and they're hammering sort of a ginger, kind of like white-haired, kind of inlaid. This massive dwarven figure is smashing across the forge, just like heaving this huge, specifically red blade that sort of resonates and is eerily familiar to what you were making, or what you had pulled from the forge previously. And as you approach, he kind of like looks up and turns back, seeing not one or but two individuals wielding weapons that he had personally made.
Well. Come here. Come over here.
Bardic? My boy!
It's great to see you.
I wouldn't recognize
Lorenzo
him,
runs
right?
up and gives him a hug.
It's,
Is this the dwarf that I
Yeah, it
saw?
is. Yep, he's back.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
and so you could talk now. Oh, this is a fine pieces. These are two fine pieces of weapons if I've ever seen.
well, I'm happy I
So
could.
you're the one who made it.
Yeah, I'm happy I could be of service.
Is this awkward? Like, is it awkward if Lorenzo hugs him? Because he
No.
probably doesn't actually know Lorenzo? Oh,
So this is Bardic's new body. This is not the
Yeah,
Bardic you
yeah.
know, but it's his new soul. You know what I mean? He took
Yeah,
the name Bardic Haldir upon remembering his past life.
It's good
Did
to
I
see
Wait,
you.
is that
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
in the landing?
my
is
boy.
Where's my?
The boy lived, Begro. He lived.
Is Noir still around?
Noir is gone, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
sad.
Wait, this is Raldir.
No, this is not Raldir. Actually, this
Oh,
is the
yeah, that's what-
This is the champion of Raldir, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did
so would
see
I
him in the
know
landing?
about him as like?
Yes, historically you would know of a Bardic Haldir. His family is the guy who, like his, let's see, for a couple different, I gotta list off some things that the Haldir family has done. His uncle was the first king of Voldor, which is the Frost Dwarven kingdom of Ilbaka. His father's father was an adventurer that discovered the Arctic Circle, which is called Haldir? Let me see. Let me pull up the world map again. I think the sea is named after him. He is one of the first fate given. Haldis. It's called Haldis. He fought and died alongside many others at that final battle. He is the champion of Raldir, the god of the forge, and is sort of his, like, master artisan. And he is, of course, the person who makes all of your fate-given, like, weapons when you choose the forge boon.
What does it mean to be a champion of a god?
Basically, you have a relic item from them. You have some sort of, like, grand, like, mastery thing that either gives you, like, a tie directly to that god, or it gives you, like, a almost demigod-like status of power. But usually that manifests in some sort of either ability or a item that you carry with you.
Can there be more than one champion?
There can. It weakens the power of the god unless something has helped them gain power to compensate.
Okay, have
Power
I
is a
seen
relative
this?
from god to god.
Have I seen this dwarf before?
Probably not. He is a sort of elusive individual. Not in this life. Yeah.
I would probably get down on one knee and be like, I hope to learn many, many good things from you over the years, or many months ahead of us.
Oh well, you don't need to do that, but thank you. Come. Let me show you what I'm working on for you, boys. I got some gifts for you.
And he sort of turns around.
All right. I believe we have an individual who is
Lorenzo
lacking.
respectfully walks out at this point. That leaves them to their thing.
Sure.
But he brought us all to some place.
Oh yeah, I thought you guys had all gone to the workshop.
Yeah, we were walking towards the forge.
Yeah, you're at the forge right now.
I'm just following the warden's soul wherever she takes us.
Oh, the warden's soul is just standing there. She's just sitting there waiting for you guys. Lorenzo is saying he's walking off, right?
I'm gonna give Lorenzo a handshake. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, I'll be around. I figured I'd let you two do your thing.
Okay. I thought
It's not my field of expertise.
I understand.
Now you there in the prison rags.
Aye.
You're looking a little worse for wear as far as equipment's concerned.
Oh, yeah, you're not joking. I've got this, and he shows his dagger / lockpick.
Oh, well. Now, what do we have here? Let me take a look at that quick.
And he kind of like, do you hand it to him?
Brand's in the spirit of trying to be trusting, and so yeah, he does. He's like, a little birdie gave it to me.
I can tell this is not normal make. Let me try something quick.
And he smacks it, and it begins to. You hear this like ting, like this resonance, reading off of it.
All right, boy, open your hand for me. Concentrate real hard, all right? This is a very, very potent little weapon that she's given you. Think back to that dream you had. Think back to what you took and what you gained. And manifest what you can of your ability. Think about creation. Don't think about death. Don't think about hurting things. Think about making something. Think about bringing something to life.
Ben holds his hands out and closes his eyes and starts focusing more on those aspects and the words of his nan and like springtime in that little hamlet outside of Galeheim, that little spot by the road that's not big enough to have its own name, and tries to focus on that and creation and the spark. What happens?
Go ahead and make me a Constitution check.
Oh no.
It's fine. It works either way, because this is a given. I just wanted to see how successful it would be. In your hand, he places this this sort of little pinion, this python, this needle. And as you focus and as you think back to your home, your homeland, jade jungles, vast fields, open, sort of breezing, windy plains, the sort of charm of the countryside, you kind of feel that kind of evolve within you. And you watch as a sort of green and sort of palish blue energy begins to course around your hand and manifest within this little needle. And all of a sudden, it takes a new form. A grand, intricately carved, still almost point-like dart. This hand wrapped around it. In your sort of image, a grip is formed. It extends outward into a grand sort of long knife. just as pointy, just as thin, as you create for yourself this new means of both entry, defense, and potentially more in the future.
Bloody hell.
How did you do that?
Heck if I know.
Jimbo.
Bran holds it out and kind of, like anybody does when you get handed a new weapon kind of thing, and kind of swishes it through the air a couple of times, gets a feel for it, the balance, and those sorts of things.
You watch as the air, the breeze, sort of splits as you do so. It almost seems to bisect the wind itself within this room. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful.
And breaks out into a chuckle and looks up at, down at, I guess, the dwarf, and just gives an honest, genuine nod of thanks and offers a thank you.
Well, that was all you, my boy. You had it in you from the start. Just takes a while to figure it out. Now, you two, let's get you situated with something. All right.
Who's talking to?
You two.
Like me and Jimbo?
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, I walk up to him and I'm gonna say, I have never met you, but I can tell just by looking that you're a master craftsman.
No, you'd be right in your surmising, and you look like you're quite the innovator yourself.
Indeed. In fact, I was hoping you can take a look at something for me.
Let's
And
see.
I present him the, what's it called, the golden apple-sized eye that I got from my father that is an heirloom, that item.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, well, look at him.
And he'll click a button, and this little contraption will start to develop. It has but 4 little legs that extend out of its base, a single eye, and seemingly a little appendage like a hand appear from the bottom.
Well,
That's new.
this is quite the little interesting thing. This is what's called a node. Little creature from a plane far beyond this one, given only to the most beloved individuals of Primina. I haven't seen one of these in a long time, but its arrival is a good omen that we've got Lady Law on our side. Keep that with you. It'll be of use should you ever come into a very difficult situation involving the mechanical. You ever break something, hand it over to it. It might be able to fix it for you, or at least help you in repairing something. It's quite the handy little individual.
Ah, a creature from the plane of Primina.
Hey,
So,
Mechanus, yes.
Mechanus, indeed. Mechanus. It can repair stuff. I see. How would such a creature be here? I got it from her father, but I didn't get a chance to ask him where he got it from.
Well, your father must have done something real nice to earn such a boon. Such a gift like that is very generous. I
Well,
wonder.
my father. What's the god's? What's he the champion of? The god Reg something?
Reldir?
Rowdir, yeah, sorry. Well, my father is a worship of Rowdir, and I myself worship Primina myself. So
Then
that's
perhaps he made this. Perhaps he found it. Perhaps it is a divine gift. A friend he made in a travel. You'll have to ask him yourself next time you see him.
indeed. Well,
Maybe this little buddy will talk to you sometime. Just kidding, he doesn't talk. He doesn't got a mouth. But keep him safe. I'm sure he'll be of use to you very soon.
perhaps I can craft him a mouth. Do you think that would be possible?
Oh, you could try. You'd have to ask him.
Well, that's gonna be my next task then. Thank you very much.
And you there, you look like you got the muscles of a man who's been at the forge for several years. What's your name?
Well, they call me Jimmy John Jameson Jones, but you could call me Jimbo.
Well, Jimmy John Jameson Jones, it's an honor to meet you.
The honor is mine, sir.
Well, let's see what I made for you. It's been a while.
I summoned the flail and the shotgun, and I hand them over to him.
Now, I'm sorry. I had to make these from the blood of our friend here. I would have made them from my own personal custom steel, but
This is your blood? Whose blood? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up, but yeah, that's, I mean, metaphorically, and also, you know, more by design, it is made of the same essence as my past bodies, yeah.
Well. Well, thank you. Thank
It's
you,
called a
Morgan.
Heartblade for a reason, I suppose, yeah.
Wait, who's talking? The Warden Soul?
Warden Soul is, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my god, okay.
tell you what, I got another weapon in mind for you. Just actually,
Cool.
I got something better for you. Take this.
And he'll hand you a sort of a hammer of his own.
Oh. I reach out and I take it from him. I go to look at it.
It's a very
What am I-
red, intensely so, crimson almost. The metal is, it's hot to the touch already. Hasn't been used in the forge for a while.
Okay.
Consider adding that to your pool there of fate given of your heart blades. That should help you make some things in the future. Now I understand that a craftsman probably has a few hammers of his own. Try
Of course.
using that in conjunction with ones you've already got. You might get a surprise. I made that hammer with the intention of never making the same piece twice.
Well, you speak my language. And I'm just showing him my armor. It's just like ragtags, like a bunch of different things put together. We're just like, yeah.
Steel forged.
And I cling it. Cling,
I-
cling.
Yeah, I could recognize that metal anywhere. Forged in a truly dark land. You've done well.
Well, it ain't so bad down there.
Oh, boy, it gets farther worse the deeper in the continent you get. But no.
Well, I haven't
applaud your
traveled too
craftsmanship.
far.
No, you did well.
So I kind of grabbed my grandpa's hammer and I kind of cling them together. Does anything happen?
Roll me a d8. Nice. You watch as electricity sparks between the two. Just at the very simple touch of the two hammers hitting one another. And you watch as your grandfather's hammer begins to shimmer and almost blacken in some places. The metal coursing now with almost an electric hue. It quickly vanishes.
Oh. Very interesting. I'm going to have to play around with this later. I thank you very much.
Master Craftsman.
What was the name again? I'm sorry. It was Haldir?
Bardic. Call me Bardic.
Bardic.
Barduk.
D-U-K. Bardic. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Champion of
Hey, Bardic, real quick.
Yeah.
I grabbed my like the replica of my Heartblade. And I was like, can you put like a bayonet on this?
Yeah, I thought you'd ask that question. I've got a mount for it all right here for you. Give me just 1 second. I can get it attached right away.
All right, thanks.
And he gives you the leather and the sort of he ties it around and then welds it after a short amount of time.
And then I can like replicate that with my heart blade right now. Right.
Tweaks have to be done to both, but he has 2, so he does it to both of them. You can't replicate or customize your Fate-given arm once they have been made in the forge. You have to.
Oh,
do
okay.
That. Yeah.
I assumed it was already in that condition.
Oh, if it had the bayonet from the get-go. Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
then yes. Now you have a matching bayonet. Okay, I
Okay,
understand.
okay.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So now you
That
have 2
is what I would
bayoneted
say.
pistolas, you psychopath. Yes.
Hey, man.
So Bardock is the dwarf of the forge in the landing. Is that correct?
The chantry.
Yes. No, and in both. In the one where you go to get your fate-given boons, yeah, he's that one. He's also a frost dwarf. He's not somebody who typically smiths himself so often.
Oh boy.
So he's a frost dwarf,
He's
and
a frost
so
dwarf. Yeah.
what does that mean?
They don't smith so much as they mine, and they do masonry and things like that.
So he mines more than smiths?
No, he is a smith. He like deals with the heat, even though his like sub race doesn't deal with heat very well.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I have a question. That piece of leather armor, the aberrant leather armor, what did it look like again?
It sort of had like a tendrily, like almost like fibrous nature to it that kind of like wrapped around the leather. It kind of made an inlay and slowly like wriggled just a little bit, like just a very little bit. It's obviously alive, right? That's
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like when the guy got shot by that firebolt, there was a hole made from it from like it pulling back, and then it slowly started to reassemble itself to where it was injured.
Okay.
Self-healing armor.
I'm gonna turn to Brand and say, well, I notice it hasn't quite bonded to this chainmail I've got here. If you want this piece of armor, you're more than welcome to have it. It's a fine piece of leather armor.
I'd be honored. Thank you.
I noticed you've got some prison rags on, and just thought you might want to clean up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's music to my ears. Yeah, thank you kindly. I never had someone be that nice to me so soon after meeting.
You know what?
Oh,
I think it suits you too. This armor has a life of its own.
And then I guess I'm gonna be like, and to Raldir or to Bardic. I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna. Well, I was gonna try to bind it to this, but I don't really have a use for this chainmail on me. So this is one of my own design, and I'm handed to Bardic.
Oh, it's not a
You can
chainmail.
have this. Yeah, I think it was just a chainmail. Because I didn't know if it was like plate mail or whatnot, so I just wrote it as chainmail.
Yeah. I mean, for balance reasons, it's gonna be chainmail, right?
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I handed him off to some chainmail.
The finest swamp steel I've seen in, maybe a century.
I made it myself.
Very, very kind gift. I shall keep it as a part of my private collection, unless you require it at a later date. I shall keep hold of it.
Well, this is my present to you, a little Varisian hospitality.
A hospitality I have missed for quite some time. Thank you. And he gives you a very, like, a half bow, right? He's old.
Mm.
Even after being reborn, he's still old again.
I was like, wait, hold on.
Yep. Hey,
What
Begro,
do you mean?
Begro, you know how the placement
It's got the
happened
Benjamin
again?
Button thing.
Yeah.
Did he get reborn into an old body?
Yep, he did.
Oh.
How old does he look?
He looks about 250.
Oh, very old. Okay. How tall is he?
He's like 5'2". He's like pretty tall for a dwarf.
Taller than me. Sir Bardock, from craftsman to craftsman, I was wondering. So I plan on producing a helpful little construct that can perhaps help the lives of your everyday citizen through maybe mundane, housework to whatnot, is an idea I have. So I was wondering if you have any tips on how you produce things on a mass scale.
Well, making friends is how I've always done it myself. Getting people to work on projects with you, but I suppose making means of maybe not having to make things yourself is what you're more in the line of. I must be honest with myself. I gained my position from making by hand myself the greatest, of arms that have, been in the hands of all these heroes that you see around wandering these halls. If you're making something like that, I suggest you seek out another artisan, a skilled innovator, rather than a humble smith such as myself.
Of course,
I don't know if that was very humble.
You see
was
all these
pretty
great weapons I've just
Greatest
made?
arms.
I make +4 weapons.
Yeah, it still wasn't humble.
No, yeah, I know.
Of course,
I
practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
You've probably made many a weapon in your time, some very great ones, I'm sure. But my intentions are to not make one, but many. So, slight difference,
Yes, and that's what I was saying was I think I'm ill-suited to help you in that matter.
So, just out of curiosity, have you ever had to forge weapons to equip an army, to say, or anything of that nature?
No, not in my life. My old friend Manir, he was a little gnomish fellow. He had to do something like that, but back in my day, I was a part of the army myself. I was serving along with the other starting fate given. The first 5 generations, we were a tight-knit group, and we sort of were all that was it there. That was the days before kingdoms were even around. Armies weren't quite assembled yet. Those were the wild days.
Wait, so out of character, he just said he's a fake given?
Yeah, he is a fake given, yeah.
And okay,
He's a first gen who's been reborn into a second gen.
Was he a fake given in campaign 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. He was just super old. That's why he didn't do all that much.
Well, I mean, he was like Quiddy and Marin's fucking best friend.
Yeah.
Plus, they're our neighbor, but.
Very. You've experienced a lot, it seems. Do I know? Sorry, out of character question. What's his name? That Vidalkin. What's his name? Ada Song. Oh man, I guess I can't ask about him because I don't know.
Well, there's probably a lot of people who would know about Ada's song in this place. If you have questions.
But okay, he just told me he's a fake given.
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm gonna ask him. Do you know? I don't know him by name in character. Shit.
Everybody knows the name of Ada's song. He's the guy on the coins.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I do know him by name. But do I know he's the one I saw in the landing when I made?
Oh, probably not. I think the only person who knows that is, I think Voop knows that that's Ada's song.
Damn it. Yeah. Okay. Still can't ask a question. Never mind. Never mind.
And there's been a lot of fate given Vidalkin over the days, so. Or over the years, rather. Sorry.
One more question, Bardic. Would you mind if I had access to your forge while I'm in town?
Oh, this is not actually my forge. This is just the one I keep here. By all means, this is a communal space. There are other workshops for other different types of craft all over this place. By anytime you're here, you can go ahead and use whatever you need, and you can maybe even get a little bit of help if you're willing to pay a favor in the future.
Oh, I'm always willing to pay my dues, as long as I get to, use this hammer. Be happy.
By all means. Yes, this is, again, your home. This is where you were meant to be from the start. I'm happy you could make it one piece. I heard a couple others didn't make it. Why don't you go on and rest up? I'm sure Miss Warden here has some things to share with you. There's one other person I'd like you personally to talk to, and that's Mr. Ode. Not a good friend of mine, but a very smart man, and I'm sure he'll be able to answer all sorts of questions for you.
Okay.
Mr. Ode.
Ode?
I assume another fate given.
No, just the keeper of this particular part of the city. He kind of took over for Adis once he passed away.
Adis?
How do you spell his name?
His name is Spiric Ode. Spiric space and the word Ode.
He's the... Sorry, he's the what?
He's the keeper of the Chantry of the Dawn, and he's also the representative of this part of the city.
That's not Marin?
No, you represent the continent as a whole. And you specifically are the protector of this thing. Spiric Ode is not a combatant guy.
Oh, I mean, I figured Marin usually hangs around in.
Yes, yeah, you probably rule from here. Yeah.
Ada's song is dead.
Ada's song is dead. This is Spiric Ode.
Very.
Do I know that in character?
Ada's song is dead?
Yeah.
That Ada's song is dead.
Every person just about knows who that is.
Okay.
And they're dead, yeah.
Do I know in character how he died?
He died serving the Fate Given. That's probably about what you'd know.
Okay. Okay, what else do I know about him? Do I know that he made the portals?
Yes, you'd know that for sure. That'd be just a part of a normal history class in any city that has one of those gates. Yeah.
The only way to talk to him is in the landing, isn't it?
Not anymore. He's gone. He's been.
What?
He's been. Yes, he has been taken as a soul in a thing. He's Voop's companion now.
Wait, what?
Yes.
What? That's a powerful soul.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That'll happen to you'll get something similar to that probably when we have Empo around.
I want to talk to him in character though.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You'll get somebody of equal or similar value.
But it's not the value, it's the knowledge.
Yeah, or
I
that
seek.
Also that, yes. I have somebody in mind for a companion sort of soul.
Alright, cool.
Pilot. Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Well, if y'all don't mind, I cough a little blood up. I would like to take a nap.
My goodness, you're not looking good.
Yeah, after I was trying to look bold in front of Bardic, but I did just have my arm shrunk.
The warden.
Sorry about that.
The warden will kind of smirk at that. I've done that to a lot of people, much worse. It always hurts. All right, yeah. Let's get you some places to sleep for the night. There's a couple rooms. Otherwise, I can set you up with your own house, within the castle. That is up to you. We are on our own little island just off of the coast of the main city, so you can choose to either get your own sort of joined apartment, or you can sleep within the chantry tonight if you so desire.
I don't know.
We can
Jimbo
find a
would-
place, I guess, somewhere close by. You said this place is safe, right?
You should be safe within the walls no matter what. We have plenty of wards, and the Aelinor himself down there is keeping a close watch. Currently, we let him know that something was going on. If any sundered activity or something like that shows up, he will be sure to eliminate it.
And just what might that cost us?
Oh, like money-wise, or are you talking about what the planet will do if they detect something evil?
Oh no,
Money wise.
Oh, there's
Well,
no
now that-
cost. You live here. This is your home.
you're shitting me.
That is quite some hospitality. But now that you mentioned the second part, I'm curious as what the answer to that is.
Oh, well, usually it involves some sort of giant beam getting shot through the planet. Little destructive. Not very often appreciated, but
Out of
effective.
character, does it look like the Death Star?
It's
Or
like
like
reverse
the-
Death Star, yeah. It's like the laser comes from the planet instead. Yeah.
Huh. Sounds scary, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But also reassuring. How does Eleanor, I guess, unless there's other things, detect if a sundered is close by?
Basically, we work as almost like feelers for Sundered. If we can properly, if a blessed individual who is fate given lets Aelinor know that there is Sundered within his realm, he will basically be able to defend himself against it.
So I would be able to detect a sundered if it's close by.
You don't have the blessing yet, and you would be able to, if you detect it, allow Aelinor to detect it.
Ah,
Isn't Aelinor like the exact opposite of Nemetis?
Asgarath is the opposite of Nemetis.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
But yes.
all right. Well, I think Jimmo needs some rest. So, where should we head to?
You guys can continue. I just need a nap.
All right,
Cool.
I'm gonna talk to Warden So. When I met Mr. So in the landing, do I know it's called the landing in character?
Yeah, you would know it's called the landing.
Okay, okay. Because I'm just saying it. All right. When I met Mr. So in the landing, he mentioned that there's a meditation I can learn from you, so that I can speak to him.
Yes. Oh, yes. It takes.
Would you be able to show me?
Why don't we? Why don't we close out the night with something like that? Where are you all staying?
I
Where
figured
can
I'd
we
stay
stay?
here. If there's a room close to the forge, possibly.
Okay, sure.
That's
Um,
interesting. Can I
did
get
you-
like an actual room with a bed?
Well, again, like we said, there's an
Well-
apartment waiting for you. You can get.
Oh,
on
okay.
through.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like the closest apartment that I could
Oh,
get
absolutely. Yeah, let's do that.
relatively to the,
Yeah.
I didn't mean like just like the closet next to the forge.
Yeah,
or
yeah. I mean,
something.
there's
Can-
rooms inside for the priests, and there's also apartments for the Fate Given outside of
Mhm.
the complex. So she takes you to the closest one, and kind of sets you up. 5 separate rooms. I suppose now a guest bedroom will take the place of one of those rooms. And for a while, she kind of meets you in this sort of courtyard at the center of all of them. For those of you who want to learn how to attune back to the landing and return there at this sort of meditative state.
That's me. I have a question out of character.
Yeah.
And this might be kind of uncomfortable because they're not here. But what's what's Miracle doing during all this time?
I'm sure we'll find out. I'm sure
Okay.
they're following
Are we-
around and asking a whole bunch of questions of their own.
Are they gonna like play out this part next session?
Yeah,
kind
more
of thing?
or less.
Like,
More or less. We'll go over like what questions they had and things like that. You
Oh,
guys
okay,
will
okay.
awaken. Well, I think we're probably gonna cut it here. Once you guys like take a rest. It's a bit early, but I don't want to get too far into what comes next because this is the start of the
Yeah.
journey coming up. Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, what time of day does it look like here in this part of the world?
Well, after you're like sort of touring around and all that kind of stuff, I suppose it's it's only afternoon, but doing this sort of meditation is going to take a minute. Not in game, but well, in game, not in real life.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I guess out of character, what does that hammer do, or do I just not know yet?
Go ahead and make me an intelligence check to try to figure out that.
Oh. um, my specialty.
+0. Nice. Well, that's a good check though.
I know.
It seems to like after playing around with it especially, it seems to like manifest each of the different elements like randomly within a piece of metal or something that you make with it. It seems to like the more you influence it with something, the more of an effect it seems to have.
So this is just kind of out of character. If I'm like hitting, is this like a battle item or is this like out of battle
This
item?
functions as both a light hammer, like the weapon,
Mm-hmm.
and also a set of smith's tools. Like just this hammer counts as a set of smith's tools.
Okay.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. And so I can kind of like imbue, like you said, a random element
Yes.
to a weapon.
Yes. All but I believe 2 of them.
Oh, and is this like a last couple minutes, a minute type of thing, or?
It along with crafting an item, anytime you do that in game, you can imbue it with a random effect, basically, by the get-go. Yes.
I have an out of character comment. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I play this game or listen to the VOD of the other sessions, it makes me want to play a martial character.
I try to make martial characters more fun because casters have crazy power in this one already.
Yeah. Well, in general,
yes.
casters are generally a little bit stronger, especially late game. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, like normally I would never pick a martial because I don't know, I'm just so over it. They're kind of boring now. But you make them interesting. It makes me want to play a martial.
The players make them fun. I will say that. That's what I think.
In truth, Lorenzo's just John Wick.
I mean, but he's got triple-barreled pistol guns that have bayonets on them, though.
Like you allow so much customization.
That's so much
what was
fun.
It? Long bow that shoots javelins. Like, come on, man.
Oh yeah, the great bow that he wants to work on.
Yeah. And like what you just did, the pistol with bayonets and probably like a whip later or something. I don't know.
I mean, mechanically, that's like, it's not that much better than like a normal magic item. I don't understand the big deal with having a whole bunch of innovations and things like that, especially if people are spending in-game money to make them. Not that he's
the fact that I need to have some melee weapon because I'm gonna be a battle master fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, just... when you're a fighter, the one magic item you want is the better weapon, followed by maybe armor and then others.
I know
weapon is number one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So those of you who have gathered to sort of learn this meditation,
I'm in my room fiddling with the hammer.
You sort of sit there with the warden's soul. She starts a fire, just like a normal campfire, and she sort of just sits ahead of it and just stares for a while. And after a while, she sort of puts her hand up to the flame, and you watch as this sort of cascade of color begins to swirl into the flame out of her hand. This sort of almost wispy dust begins appearing in different forms, different colors, kind of pulsing with different energy at sometimes when they collide, when the dusts mix and meld. And they swirl around this flame. I should put my music back on. Creating this sort of vortex of color that collects within the fire, turning it in turn a new color. And you watch as it begins to sort of pull you in visually. Go ahead, and if you want to, you can make me a wisdom save, or you can go willingly into the dream.
I'm gonna go willingly.
Okay. So you sort of fall unconscious and appear within that space, the landing. Lorenzo.
Look, it's the other team.
I'm assuming I've done this with her.
Yeah. I was
Oh, is he
wondering
with us?
if after session you want to pick your second one though.
Oh, I was actually gonna ask if you wanted to just get Lorenzo backstory figured out.
Oh, like right after that? Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good. So you appear in the space, and you are now attuned. And now basically out of game, if you have any questions or need to return to this place. I don't know if you saw the VOD from last session, but people revealed some more aspects about this location, and some more
I saw it.
opportunities. Yeah.
Yeah,
Working through it.
I'm trying to wait like a couple sessions before watching, so I don't get spoiled on stuff.
Sure.
But I'm just gonna assume I don't know that in character. So, am I there now? Is that why?
You're currently there, and now just basically focusing a little bit more, you can now exit. It was simply staring into the fire, and then thinking about your body again will take you back to your home, to you.
Well, since I'm here, can I talk to people?
There's nobody here currently within this area. You are actually left alone. Mr. Soul is out and about.
What?
What are these assets? What are these assets that are on this map?
There's a lot of... What do you mean, assets?
This, that.
Yeah.
That.
Well, those are other
That's
characters.
the other team.
Yeah, that's the other team.
Oh, that's the other team? Oh, my bad.
One of them is not a crab. He just doesn't have character art yet.
Why? There's a guy here too.
Citizen Snaps.
Why is Mr. Soul not here? I thought this is where he stays and resides.
He has been
forever.
He's been pulled away.
Oh. That's unfortunate. Can I go to the... What do you even call that? Magic circle?
Yeah, the glyph. Yes.
Alright. What does it look like?
For you now, it looks like an ever-spinning, ever-shifting glyph that you have activated, and is growing not more intricate, but is keeping its same sort of spin and whir healthily. Like it looks, everything looks right with it. You look at it with like a sense of accomplishment at what has been accomplished there. What has been created.
Well, that seems right, as it should be. Where did I see the Vidalcan come out from last time?
At the very center of the domain.
I see. I'm going to try to call out to that guy.
You receive no answer.
Well, had to happen in character. He was bad, man. And there's no one here, so I'm gonna try and exit.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump off the side or something.
Well, by jumping off the side, you appear at the top again, and you start falling infinitely. But thinking back to your body, you return back to your original self.
Cool.
Back to the and I'll make your apartments later. I just got to make a map for them. All right, back to the Chantry of the Dawn. I guess we can take ourselves to like the outside view of everything. I'm pretty sure this is just a picture of Ravnica, but here we are. So I'll have an actual city map made by hopefully next session. God, these maps, they take so long to make.
This is Halhazar?
This is not technically what Halhazar looks like, but this is an image that I found that is very similar to what I feel it would look like.
It would be just outside the Chantry, which is in Halhazar.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There is but a small bridge that connects the island that that the Chantry looks out upon to a vast city, multi-leveled ships coming in and out of it within these little canals that kind of loop through the city.
Is that a floating island? Is that real or no?
No.
Okay, cool. All
I
right,
didn't
just
see
just
that.
checking.
Just like I didn't
Just
see the
checking.
jet fighters shooting Ulamog in the face when we were doing our final boss battle.
That was fucking hilarious.
That was really funny, dude.
When you say Ulamog, you're talking about the Eldrazi or your own
They
homebrew?
fought the Eldrazi, like stat block from the
Oh,
MTG
Jesus.
expansion for it was a CR30 like bad thing.
Yeah. Wow.
Slippy died.
I want to fight Ulamog.
They got him back.
That'd be cool.
Hey, good thing about Ulamog being dead is that Ulamog can get reborn, so maybe that can happen sometime.
Oh wait, can I fight like Kozilek instead, or
Nope,
like
those guys are actually permit, unfortunately. They got killed by non-sundered or by non-fate given means, meaning that their souls were destroyed. Their bodies were lost.
Wait. If a fate given kills them, they can reborn, but if a non-fate given kills them, they can't be reborn.
If a blessed fate given kills something, a sundered creature, and they would have told you this, like in the area.
In where?
Yeah,
in the landing?
In the Chantry.
Oh, in the Chantry. Cool.
If you kill something that was sundered, its original body returns. If you're blessed with this power of Aelinor, as its original body, and its soul can go on to the next life, or if you're quick enough, you can revivify the creature.
If we kill a sundered, its soul will go to the next life, or we can revive it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Huh.
That is how Slippy is still with us today.
Correct.
Wait, but Slippy's not a sundered.
No, he was.
He was
for a little bit.
for a little bit.
Oh. So specifically, if blessed fate given kills a sundered, then this can happen.
Yes, then you can get them back. Yes.
But if a fate given kills anything else, this can't happen.
No, if anything else kills a sundered, their bodies explode like they did earlier, and the soul is lost forever. And a corrupting force spills from the sundered's body.
Okay.
And the death thing happened. You know, so there, when you guys were attacking that sundered that earlier, and it was about to explode.
Yeah.
Had it exploded and nobody made their saves, you would have died instantly if you were dropped to 0 hit points, and would have been turned into sundered.
I was so close.
Yes.
But because we killed it, it left the thing in the middle with that orb thing was a soul.
No, that was the that was the destroyed soul like left over. That sort of aspect of Nemetis, left over the aura, that orb. Yeah.
Wait, so what? Again, just to clarify, so if a fate given kills a sundered,
yes,
its soul will remain. If anything else kills it, the soul is destroyed.
Correct.
Like by oblivion.
Yes.
Oblivion is what's her name?
Nemetis.
The Nemetis. Yeah. And if we kill a regular creature that's not sundered,
then its soul passes. Yeah, it either passes, or it's that 5% chance of you getting a soul piece.
What do you mean by it passes?
To the Shadowfell, the soul like leaves the body and goes to its next life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anything killing anything, like just
Normal.
regular,
Yes.
Normal, yeah.
Yeah, the soul just passes on to wherever. Yeah.
Okay.
Just an exception with the sundered.
Yes.
But not an exception with the fate given.
If a fate given is killed, their soul just goes on to the next life. But it kind of gains extra weight as as another soul is attached to the pre-existing one, and they
another soul.
Yes.
Like it's pass.
They combine. They like get morphed into one. That's why Lorenzo here is also Marin. He has memories of Marin, but not his personality per se or anything like that.
I was told by I think it was Mr. Soul that we have a past life.
Yes, everybody in this world does. Even the animals, even the trees.
So, yeah, I guess I'll do it in character next time. I was gonna do something about that.
Mhm.
So did I learn how to do the meditation?
Yes, you can now meditate. You now know how to sort of go to that space. You are unsure of how to conjure the dust. That was the same dust that you noticed Bran summon earlier.
I summoned dust.
Yes, from your hand to create that item. Yes, you did.
So there's a material component.
That seems to come from your body. Yes,
Talking about far dust.
maybe.
Shut up, David.
Yeah, there's a thing called Fardust that different characters can conjure. Fate Given can all do it. You can use it to do a whole bunch of different things, and interact with the world in different ways.
Renzo throws his vial of red far dust at you.
I explode.
You the person, Jacob.
Yes, I explode.
Yeah.
So I can do the same meditation anytime, but I just need this dust material.
Yep, you
to
need
do
this
it.
dust. You need to just learn how to conjure the dust, and not after just a few moments. The warden will come over to you and show you how to manifest this dust of your own. For you, this dust will appear in two different forms. One, a white powder that extends, mixed along with a blue powder. And they sort of form this almost electric current between the two as they
Ooh.
twist into the flame.
How do I conjure it?
Make a
So
con check. You basically just focus on your body and think about creating like new life, and the same way that Bran had.
Con save?
You kind of think about your boon and it bringing about life. Yeah, con check.
Oh, just straight con.
Yep.
What's my con? Oh, let's go.
22. Yeah. You absolutely massive heap of this stuff flows from you into the flame and kind of makes this crackling blue and white flame that attunes you more or less to that place, but also kind of fills you with a sense of like potency, energy, and also your own kind of way of innovation. You feel represented somehow by what you can conjure. And now you know that you can apply this to items from seeing Bran do it to create different effects.
How is there a limit to how often I can do this?
You've tapped your limit today with the one summoning. Yeah.
I see. Do I require a flame to do this meditation?
You actually need a campfire, yes.
Gotcha. All right.
A campfire or something else similar. You'll have to find out what that is, but the Warden Soul currently only manifests it through a campfire. That's how they know.
So Dark Souls like. Cool. All right, let me make notes.
All right. With that, I think we'll close out. After that, everybody rests up, takes their long rests, gets their stuff back, and awakens the next day to their different dwellings and a day within the capital city of Halhazar. That's what we get to look forward to. Hopefully next Tuesday. 7
During the night, could I was gonna throw my shield into the forge and make that one of my heart blades.
Sure, easy enough.
And is it all right to have sent Reese to go to the stuff that some of the stuff that Brandon stashed at his spot?
Yeah, absolutely. You can get your stuff back. And name that little thing that you made, whatever you would like to. It basically functions as either a dagger or a short sword that is lockpicks. That counts as a set of thieves' tools. Whatever. Yeah. Your choice if it's a short sword or dagger. That's up to you.
Okay. Things to think about. I'll get back to you. That's all right.
Sure.
Could you give
Sounds
me
good.
like a feat or a description of what that like something on my character sheet I could read for the hammer? that you gave me, or
I
it just
can-
every time I craft, it just adds a random element?
I can type something down for you. For now, put something in your sheet. I'll make a note of it.
Okay. I
Called
added like a light hammer and just called it Bardic's hammer.
Perfect. That's good enough. That will have a combat effect as well as a like crafting effect.
And randomly, what? I missed the aberrant leather thing when I listened to y'all's other session. With what? Is there anything I need to know about what Jimbo handed me?
It's a normal set of leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
When it is destroyed, it screams, and it slowly grows, so you need to prune it. But you know,
Don't worry, I'll take care of that.
it
I'll do
takes
my
such a
daily.
long time to prune, or not to prune, but for it to grow that you'd need to prune it. It probably won't be important.
All right.
It's more like
Weird.
if you were to leave it in a cabinet for a month, it'll come back and have swallowed the cabinet.
Weird, but as long as it doesn't eat me, okay.
No, it
It
won't
can
eat you.
evolve over time too, right?
Yeah, you can turn it into different items over time.
Mhm.
Well, thank you kindly.
Yep.
They killed a scary guy and gave you his clothes. That's what it comes down to.
Beats for the
Hospitaliano.
I
There we
will
go.
mark
Okay.
some XP for finding both the Chantry of the Dawn and Helhazar and escaping prison.
Oh, hell yeah. Just kidding.
Not you. You get very little.
He cast Fireball. Did he cast Fireball? Or was it someone else?
That was Oed. This guy can't cast Fireball.
I'm just kidding.
He's a level 1 fighter.
Who is Greya?
Greya is the war god. Where do you see Greya?
You said like in earning piety. I'm just reading this. It says thwart the efforts of Greya.
Oh, yes. Because she brings war just like everywhere she goes. She is Raldir's like nemesis god. Though the two do not get along as badly as other nemesises do. They just aren't on the best of terms.
Okay, the god of war and the god of smithing don't get along?
No, there is another god of war that does get along. It's the god of like strength and the sky who gets along with Raldir just fine.
Okay.
The god of war brings senseless war and destroys like societies and stuff.
Ooh.
So
Ah,
that's the divergent path from the lawful good Raldir, you know, to
makes sense.
lawful evil Greya. Yeah.
Prove your worth. Service. Okay. Okay.
Oh, I forgot to end stream. My bad. My bad.
you get to listen to more after session talk on stream.